Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hello. Welcome to The Dark Show in the Dark Hour by me, yours truly, Dark Snack. My teeth sharpened to fangs, my eyebrows slightly more angy than they normally are. I have become Dark Snack. And I painted a little red streak in my hair because I'm like that now. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Dark Souls 2 show. I booted this up before the stream started, and it would not allow me to log online. It's that time again, baby. Is it something wrong with Snack's PS 5, or are the Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin servers just no longer maintained? I personally, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think it's probably the latter, considering I found some stuff online about it too. But welcome everybody. We're gonna play a follow because I got one yesterday, and I like to play follows that have cute usernames. Oh, mama. Vava voom. And this one does have a cute username. The Critter Peddler? Thank you for the follow. I don't imagine you'll ever come through. I don't think I'll ever see you in the chat, but if I happen to, thank you for the follow. Guys, welcome. What's up to Says? Idiotness, what is this song? This is Crystal Caves from Donkey Kong 64. One of my favorite games. One of Will's least favorite games. And I think this is a nice song. Oh, fuck, I did forget to do my Discord post. Should I? Should I? Yeah, we should, probably. I knew there was something I was forgetting today. Anyway, what's up to E. Kyun-kun? Thank you. What's up? Rinslet and Kingo. Rinslet, thanks for the reminder. Hold on, I'll just post on my page. You're gonna hear 2 gorillas, I think, in a row, and a snake thing. So don't be alarmed. The soundboard is going to play. I don't care about muting it. Ding. Now. Gorilla. All right. I'm just linking to my Twitch on here too. I don't give a fuck today. Did I say hi to Comb? Hi, Comb. What is this butt-ass peach emote? Star Peach. He hates me. You guys, welcome to the stream. I hope for this to be... I think this is bold. I think this is... Sis and I were talking about this last night. I think this is extremely bold. I hope for this to be the finale of the main campaign of Dark Souls 2 tonight. We may push a little bit if we think it's possible, but by a little bit, I mean like 30 minutes probably. Like, I would be fine with going 30 minutes over. We pie! The fuck? What does that mean, Sis? Does that mean you have pie? If so, I'm jealous. What kind? That's my goal. I want to finish Dark Souls 2 tonight. The main game. The playthrough is not by any means over. We probably have months left of it. With pie! Ah! We probably have months left of this game. Pumpkin. Oh, that sounds sinful. However, I want to try to beat the main story tonight. All right. So I think we should get started. Thank you, DK64. I don't remember if I've played a DK64 song on here for chill vibes. Buddy Bro says, "Oh man, what roadblock got in Gerouge way this time?" Here's a roadblock, buddy. Ban. That's quitter talk. Let's pull a pack and let's get fucking smacked here, you guys. This is the snack show where we pull packs on Pokemon TCG Pocket. I'm pulling off of Blaziken. I'm tired of Mega Rising. I have almost all the cards. I have all the full arts. I'm just kind of pulling at this point so I can get pack points. And I'm waiting for the next set to come out, which got announced today. I'm sure we'll talk about it during the stream. But first, we gotta hit a little Kondo Shake. We gotta hit a little Uho Kondo Shake. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Get ready for a cring! Fuck! Okay, we didn't get any. Well, maybe we did, though. We didn't, though. We got a Flame Patch, Mischievous, Ponyta, with very beautiful little artwork, actually. Sandygast. And Arcanine, another good, nice-looking card. That's like Arcanine, Sun and Moon, Monokuma. That's like Monokuma 9. Well, what do you know? I got cards. That's the thing about pulling a card pack, you guys, is even if you don't pull anything good, it's a net gain. You still get cards. And I like cards, and I like you, and I like Dark Souls 2, too. I like Dark Souls 2, too. Let's get into the game. All right, wait. It works this time? Fuck. I like Kondo. I also like Kondo. You guys will? You know what? I'm holding off on that. You guys, there may be news for the first time in like months tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Sunday. On Sunday, it may be time for me to share news with you guys. But as far as it goes for today, that ain't news. But as far as it goes, maybe on Sunday, it might actually be news. All right, Gerouge Alisson. You guys, I got my PlayStation Wrapped this year, which was, it was all right. It was fairly uneventful. Most of the games I played on PlayStation were stream games. Or Kingdom Hearts 1. I don't remember if there was even anything else. Sonic I played a lot of at the beginning of the year. Sonic Generations. But Dark Souls 2 was easily my most played game of the year with around 80-ish hours. Now you can see here that our save file says we've played this 232 hours, but I once again have to stress that is not the case. It's about 80 hours put on the game so far, which is not a small amount, but it's definitely not that. Anyway, we're back here. Don't worry, I remembered what we needed to do. Last week I asked someone to remind me to, we were gonna level up. I wanted to make sure I remembered that I had 22,000 souls, which is almost enough to level. I think I was just gonna like jump in and like go kill a couple guys and not die, and then we'll come back and we'll start the stream by leveling up. Actually, let's just do that now. How much does Gerouge need to do it? 2460. 24,600. Let's get this shit off my screen, too. Get off the campfire, dude. And bring up the art of dying. What if we didn't die a single time tonight? Possible? Thoughts? Yo! Isaac. Thank you for the resub. 56. Whoa. That's a lot. 56 months. Big appreciated. What's going on also? Okay. All right. Let's just go. Okay. Okay. So last time Jesus Christ, calm down. Last time we made it to the Dragon Shrine. We got the little memory gem or whatever from the dragon, the big dragon, and then we killed the big dragon. There, I guess, was like an optional boss fight to do there, so we did it. After that, I believe the game intended for me to go back to the ritual shrine and use the memory stone thing on, I almost called him Gwyn, on Vendrick. What? If we think Nishandra might have new dialogue, though, I'm down to see that. Which was the one that was closest to her? This one, I think? One of these. One of these is like the more annoying way to get to her. I think it's this one. I'm going to try this one. The Forgotten Chamber. We'll swing by there. So, like, I guess that was an optional boss. I did want to ask Sizz, is there any other optional bosses for us to do, or is it just that dragon guy, or any others that we would like do right now? Okay, this is not the one I thought it would be. This is that one that we found like way after the fact. Look at this Gerouge wet hair. Just got out of the shower, that's why my hair's gaunt. Fucking Navlin. Well, we don't even need to play online, honestly, because Navlin's gonna fulfill my invader quota for the stream. Should have never freed that guy. Should have listened to Sizz. My mommy always told me listen to Sizz. She said listen to Sizz unless it's about goop. If it's about goop, he ain't right. But if it's about other things, Sizz knows. That's what I'm saying. Hey, stop it, you. Bah! We're talking about goop? You know it, Tamal. What's up, Tamal? What's up, Pixie, also? Hi, Pixie. Pixie's in his big bed. Pixel went on a little trip today. He went to a city in which some of our other Steiner friends live. I'm trying not to dox myself lately, guys, and I'm also trying not to dox my friends, I guess. But the city was Boston, Massachusetts. I'm fine saying that because I know that they talk about that on stream. One of them doesn't, but at least Comb and Zebra live in Boston. And Pixel went there. Do have a certain paucity of jade butt plugs. Interesting. Where I'm not upset that that was said in the chat. I just am not sure why it was. I'm not mad that was said in my chat. I just am confused, I think. The other optional boss is going to require a number of human effigies. Okay, more than 11? Kyonkun? Was that who we're talking about? What were they called? Kyonkun? Oh, Jack from Immortals of Avium, is that you? All right, let's see. Do we have the dialogue?
Brave undead. What did that dragon
Oh, it is
tell
new.
you? That thing is a prop, a false deity. Don't be fooled.
Hold it right there. You wouldn't drop, couldn't drop. You wouldn't
Holy
dare.
shit, he posted my IP address. It's so over. Zebra, thank you for the resub. It was worth it. Zebra, thank you for the resub. 71 months, holy. Zebragburger lives in Boston, Massachusetts, everybody. Actually, that's not true. I know Comb doesn't live in Boston. He lives in the Boston area. They talk about that on stream. I am not to blame here. And possibly there is one other friend who lives in Boston also. Hell yeah. Pixel went to Boston though. He's hanging out with the homies maybe this weekend. And I'm jealous. And I want to sleep in a big hotel bed and I want to go to Boston. But what the heck? I can't? I gotta sit here and play Dark Souls Gerouge?
Seek the forest, you.
Oh.
Where those wretched giants
I wonder if now it's time to
lie.
go back.
Seek the
Is that it? Is that all Nashandra?
Seek.
Nashandra is like a beautiful name. Guys, I gotta rap with you for a second. Nashandra's a straight beautiful name. Tamal, I know where you live too. I'm not saying it on stream though, because I don't know if you say that shit on stream. But I know Comb and Zebra too. I swear they do. I swear I've heard Comb talk about the nines and go into like a Sox game and shit. This is slander if they're trying to make you guys believe otherwise. This is simply an attempt to get me to dox myself, something I've stopped doing completely. Okay, let's go back. All right, so we discovered this. Yeah, we got the souls. We discovered this Forest of the Giants area that she must be talking about, like a couple streams ago. So I was wondering, like, why that wasn't, like, its own thing and some of the other areas were. But now maybe it will be something. Maybe it'll take us into, like, another memory and we'll have to fight another giant or something. Alright, what are we going to put a little levee on today? I'm driving my Chevy to the levee. Do you guys know what do you guys know what I mean? Are you getting this? I think I'm going to drive my little Chevy to the levee. Are you guys with me on this? You want to pile in? Let's pile. Alright, let's go to the forest. So, the area we're looking for... This fucking area, I can never remember how to get there. But this is the one where you gotta go down the ladder, across the bridge, over the hill, into grandmother's house. Some Chevy to the levee? Let's do it. Let's take a little Chev to the lev, boys. Do you want to? I'm kind of... The levee sounds good right now. Idiotness, Sis, Zebra, buddy bro. Who's hopping in the Chev? Let's take a little Chev to the Lev. But then it was dry. No, come on. I promise you guys. The levy's not dry. I bet everybody, like, the fact that no one's going to the levy, like, oh yeah, people thought it was dry and everybody stopped going, but now that no one's going anymore, it's not dry. I guarantee you it's not dry. I promise you it's not gonna be dry, and mom's gonna stay home. Mom's gonna stay home. We're gonna swing through the Canes drive-through, pick up a little Canes, get you Caniacs, your little boxes, and then we'll take the Chev to the Lev, and I promise you the Lev won't be dry. There was a bonfire in here? Fuck off. We can get Mickey D's. Alright, I guess if you don't want Canes, we can get Mickey D's, too. This has always got to be different. It sucks to have the picky child. Alright, here we go. Look at this fucking kingly Gerouge today. Looking different than the other Gerouge days. The levee can't always be dry, is all I'm saying. It's got to be wet sometimes. We'll wet our whistles. Memories of Jay. Wet our whistles with Canes, and then we'll get down to we'll wet down to the Lev. All right, this looks like. Oh, is he hitting me with a circle game? Oh, let giant kind know I fought to the last. Oh, dang it! All right. Well, so we're in another one of these memories. This must be like the fortress out here before it, before the, you know, Vendrick's forces or whomever won, and they destroyed all the giants. Maybe we'll fight another giant. Holy shit! Oh, this is Ra, the Great War. Zebra. This is the Great War. I'm probably just gonna wait it out. Oh my god, they're crushing them. The turtle guys don't stand a chance. Uh-oh, now they're coming after me. Well, hold on, I'm just Gerouge. I'm an innocent bystander. I'm an innocent Rouge stander. Wait. Anything human-shaped, huh? It's fucked up. Bullshit, man. Drove my Rougie to the Luigi, but the Luigi was gone. Get fucked. He's kind of dressed like the Hitatsumi giant a little bit. Not really sure what that means because the Hitatsumi giant does not wear clothes, but he's kind of dressed like HMG. HMG hosting a little BB at the DL. That's the stands for the dry levy. This is the levy before it was dry. Snack, shut the fuck up. I didn't even drink a Red Bull today or anything. I drank a caffeine-free sparkling Izzy. Snack, shut the fuck up. Well, no, the levee was dry. This is when the levee was at its peak, at its driest. And then the levee, got wetter as people abandoned the levee, I think. Is this like a statue of a big head? It's like a big head statue? Big foot kick? Holy shit. Is that Vendrick? This is when the levee was raw. It's so true. Okay, there's a big giant warrior, probably. I'm sick of these fireballs. They're coming from the skybox too. They're spawning in midair. I'll be getting wetter watching Daddy tomorrow, yo. All right, let's do this shit. Giant Lord. Is this raw? Is this the guy that was dead there in the thing? Ooh, that's some range. Fire Seed. No longer of use to me, right? But whatever. Alright, now I can't imagine that this giant is too much more difficult than the other giant we fought, who was probably the easiest boss in the game. Hitatsumi giant. Oh, well, there's one. We didn't die on the first boss, first giant, but Hitatsumi giant, I also think he deserves to be better than a vanilla 4-star with garbage stats. He's like my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Now, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. And Yu-Gi-Oh, like, there are definitely some cool and iconic monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh, but whenever I see the cards, I look at them and I'm just like, it's not really my, like, I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh makes a cool dragon and a cool demon, and everything else in Yu-Gi-Oh I'm like, it's not really my aesthetic. But I love the old games. I love the old Yu-Gi-Oh cards and monsters, and Hitatsumi Giant is my favorite just because he's funny. I know he sucks. It's like 4 stars and 1200 attack or something. Is it even that? I think so. 1200 attack? In the very first OCG set, it had the highest stat line for a 1 summon. Hell yeah. Oh, it's because we didn't sit at this stupid boss fire. I like the character designs in the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. Just when I look at the monsters, I only think some of them look cool. That's all I'm saying. The old monsters are the coolest, though, and those are the ones that Takahashi designed. So I'm willing to give him goat status. Rest in peace, also. 2 other giant corpse trees we can explore first. Yeah, but we found this one though. Wasn't there another one of those doors that we did open? Yeah, for the longest time, I had a Discord PFP that was Hitatsumi Giant who was wearing sunglasses. One, I really just had it because I thought he looked like a cool motherfucker. Whoa! He's got giant hops! He was wearing shades, and he looked cool as fuck. They were the marshmallow glasses. I don't know what that is, but I liked it. I was just an edit somebody made, I think, and I thought it was funny. And then I just, like, don't care what my Discord picture is, really, so it stayed that way for, like, a year and a half. It was worth it. Holy fuck. Oh, that was... I didn't realize that this, like, fell. That was post Suddy G? My Discord name on Discord was also Suddy G for, like, an entire year once. An iconic saga. Alright, dude. Might have been an NPC with dialogue that changes if you speak to him before you kill the boss. Okay. Well, we're here. Well, Comb knows everything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Comb knows the most about Yu-Gi-Oh! I think of everyone in here. But there are other Yu-Gi-Oh! Knowers in here. No, I am not one of them, though I do like the old series. I also played the card game on the playground when it was new, so... Comb wasn't even alive then, basically. So who's the biggest fan? I remember when fucking Metal Raiders came out, or no, Metal Raiders was that when I got into it. Pharaoh's Servant. I remember when Pharaoh's Servant came out, and I was excited to buy new packs for that. Snack's the OG, and I'll still take you to Levy even because of that. Well, Sizz, I'm sorry, but we did it. We got a giant skinship also. You know what? I guess I'll give it a... But I don't care that much about it. I don't feel like that was the real positive boss. Okay, I think I responded to everything that was posted in here. Suddy G. Okay, well, sorry, Sizz. I got lost. I had, you know, sometimes you lose your pride to what should be an easy boss and you have to go back. Was that a distinct giant soul? What was he called? Giant Lord? The Giant Lord? Not the last giant. Maybe... This is the one we got from the dragon. No. Soul of a... Giant. Oh. Well, didn't I already have a soul that looked like this, though? A new first card in alphabetical order. That is fun. Soul of a giant who came to conquer Drangleek. Will the giant's resentment for the king be pacified in death or only emboldened? Well, he certainly was pissed off at Gerouge in death. Didn't we get another thing like this, though, Sis? Or did I already use it? Did I get the soul of the dragon? Ancient dragon soul. How come I only have one, though? Did I have it? Did we use it? We got a key item, too. Giant's kinship. Grants access to the throne room beneath the castle. Holy. Oh, giant. Oh, it's a different soul. Okay. Well, who did this come from? I'm all kinds of... Oh, duh. Here we go. I don't know why. I was looking at this, I think. I don't know why I wasn't seeing this. Soul of the giant lord who once conquered Drangleek. Oh, shit, he won. Vendrick crossed the seas, took prisoner the giants, and brought them back to his castle. Remember, he was trying to, Oh, alright. Hopefully I couldn't have, like, opened that door or something. I guess it did say I could only stay in there for a certain amount of time. Got a ton of souls from doing that, too. No, fuck off, Navlin. I just want to read the lore, dude. Stop it! Stop it, you! Stop! I'm over this shit. I'm tired of this shit, Grandpa. Get out of here. You will never win. You will never beat me. He's like kneeling down to like scream that into Navlin's ears as he's fading away. You will never defeat me. I will always win. There are no more hippos for you to hide behind, sir. Let me read my fucking lore. Alright, so Vendrick crossed the seas, took prisoner of the giants, and brought them back to his castle, clapped their cheeks. However, after this modest triumph, his countenance could be seen to grow darker with each passing day. Oh, interesting. Use the special soul. Yeah. Alright, what did this thing say, though? Each king has his rightful throne, and when he sits upon it, he sees what he chooses to see. Perhaps it is the throne which shows the king only what he wants. That's kind of deep. The flames roar, but will soon begin to fade, and only a worthy heir might burnish their light. That's not a word. What is it truly a claimant of the throne could desire? And this says grants access to the throne room beneath the castle. Did we see a door we couldn't open under the castle? That seems almost familiar. All right, we'll read the last giant soul. That's one of the first ones we got. The very first boss soul in the order, I guess. And he was the survivor of the giants. The lord of the giants who brought wrack and ruin to the entire kingdom. One of my favorite phrases, personally. Said to have been felled by an unknown warrior. Oh, time loop! His beaten and broken... It was fucking Gerouge! His beaten and broken remains were then dragged beneath the stronghold. Oh shit, so that it was him down there. We killed his ass twice! He was the same damn guy! Hey, that's kind of fun. Dark Souls 2 is about time travel. Did you guys know, not to immediately shade Dark Souls 2, did you guys know that time travel plots are one of my least favorite types of story? I gotta be real. I was talking about some shit that I like that I think other people like don't like in stories at Zebra's stream. One thing you gotta know about me, maybe this is controversial. I hate time travel. It never makes sense. I think the people who like time travel just really like that kind of puzzle clicking moment. And to me, whenever the puzzle clicking moment pops up, I always, instead of having that fun fizzy brain moment, I'm always just asking 400 questions, which is not a state I like to be in. So that's what I just don't agree with when it comes to time travel. There's always something that doesn't make sense. Something that if you like Oberdin or something, where the game you rewind the gameplay or something like that, that's fine. And I mean, there's some games and some stories that have time travel in it that I love. I'm not saying it. I can't like something that has it in it. I just generally don't like it. I like Dark Souls 2 though. I like in Dark Souls 1 the time travel twist for the DLC of that game. I think it's a lot of fun. Yeah, twist first narration, not something I generally vibe much with. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. Everybody likes a good plot twist, but usually a lot of the time plot twists end up just pissing me off even more. I'm putting all these on the core stats here. We have so much strength. Except we could put one more on strength. I only need 2,000, right? Obadi. Obra Din Obra Da. If I had streamed that game, that would have been an easy snack stream title. Guys, I hope everybody had a good I hope everybody had a good week. Welcome back to Gerouge. Oh fuck, 10,000. Alright, hit me with it one more time. Hit me baby one more she. My week was alright. Did a little Christmas shopping. Obadin. Legend of the Oadin. That game seemed cool. I watched Zebra stream enough of it that I was like, will I play this? But I didn't watch Zebra stream so much of it that I think I couldn't, like, play it and enjoy it. The thing is that I do remember the big, like, kind of the big twist, which I will absolutely not say here because it did seem like a really cool game and something you would not want to know. But there's, like, a fun, like, not even, like, annoying, like, sci-fi time travel twist in Obra Dinn that I think everyone should experience because it was cool as fuck. But maybe I'll play it someday. Not on here, I mean, but just in general. Because I definitely wouldn't, like, remember how to do the, like, solve the puzzles and stuff. The only thing from Zebra's stream that I really remember is, like, what it looked like and the clubman and like, the kind of, like, the sort of surprising thing that happens. Okay, alright, so we want to go back in there, Sis? Okay, done. Let's go back to the live. We getting back in the Chev, boys? Stupid. Fuck, I went to the wrong bonfire. There's one right there. Boys, this might sound crazy. I know we just got back home, but you guys want to hop back in the Chev? Everybody's like, Snack, the Lev was dry, dude. Give it up. No, come on. Like, it's been a couple minutes. You guys, I feel like, I kind of think we want to check it again. Can I get back in the Chev? Is this it? Place unbeknownst? It's beknownst to me. That's what it's called. Was there another memory? I remember seeing another giant like this. There's one on, like, the other side of here. Like, if you go out that way over there and then you, like, swing back around and you're back up where we first met the Pursuer. I remember there's one of these that's up there, too. But it wasn't shimmery like this one is. But I wonder if that's just because, like, we hadn't activated the quest yet. Anyway, I went off an annoying tangent about how I don't like time travel, but this is pretty cool. Gerouge felled that guy in the Gerouge memory where he went back in time and Gerouged him. And then fucking we met that guy again and he was so pissed off that he was even easier to beat. I beat that guy like session 3. And this is like session 24 or some shit. Deeply embarrassing play, personally. But he got me once at least. To him, I was his rival, and to me, he was just another fucking... So think about that. Alright, says, what am I doing here this time? What's different? Does Edith Finch count as time travel? No. Edith Finch has flashbacks. I would say it's time travel. Was there a time travel story in Edith Finch even? I don't think so. I was thinking about that game the other day. Alright, we wanna like move quick here, right? Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Oh, now the door's open. And I got souls. Why are there... Question about the lore, possibly. Why do they have, like, a dark hand? Or, like, a hand where they, like, wore, like, a Livestrong band on it for 17 months and it turned all purple and grodulated? Do you guys remember Livestrongs? That's a real blast from the, like, mid-2000s past. Was he jorking it too hard on his left hand? The Giants jorked it with their left hand? Maybe that's why Vendrick was so insistent upon studying them. Holy. Oops, did I want to do that? What? Oh. That took me out. Is that what I was trying to get? Maybe I can get one from the other guy. Going back in. Left people. Yeah, but I just can't imagine it. Yeah, like intellectually I understand that some people jork it with their left hand, but it's just so foreign to me. Oh. Okay, this guy, unless we can find a way to get over here, he's just gonna keep circle gaming me. I don't think I can get to him. You know what's even crazier than Livestrong bands? You guys remember those, at least in like my middle school, it was the goth kids that wore these. But do you remember those like jelly wristbands, or I don't remember what you even called them. I think we just called them wristbands. Do you remember those like plastic wristbands that had like, they were kind of like glittery inside? And like the goth kids would wear them, and there was, at our school, jelly bracelets, thank you. At our school, there was this rumor that like, depending on the color of the jelly bracelet, if you like broke it, then that meant that that person had to like do something with you. Like that, if you like broke the black one, then you had to have sex or something like that. Did other schools have this? If you like snapped the pink one, you had to like kiss. Like some stupid ass shit that like kids in middle school would like, you know, say to dare to be different. But at our school, the jelly bracelet was like everyone wore them, like normal kids, and like people wore them. But they were specifically worn by like the emo and the goth kids at our school, and to kind of like make it bad, kind of make it a little dangerous. There were these rumors that were like, oh, like, don't break the, like, how would you even get access to breaking their jelly bracelet? It was like, oh, if you break their jelly bracelet, that means you guys have to like do it. And as a kid, I was like, gulp. I better never wear those jelly bracelets. As a kid, I was like, yoinks. I was spooked. Do it. I want to break that jelly bracelet. We had that. That was the thing at my school. I think it was like both in my elementary and middle school I went to. That was like a rumor. One of my closest middle school friends, though, her name was Sarah, was a big emo girl, who I was initially sort of scared of. Like, I was initially just sort of, like, I just didn't, like, you know, there's a point in your life where, like, you realize that, like, some people just like black clothes and Nightmare Before Christmas. And you're like, yeah, they're just kids. Everybody's just the same, kind of. But then before that, like, before you, like, really know that, at least for me, there was a point where I was like, are they, like, scary? Like, are they gonna, like, what's wrong with them? And then I met this girl, Sarah, in, like, probably, like, 6th grade, and then we were good friends through, like, 8th grade, which is this is when I lived in Florida. I moved from Florida. And Sarah was the one who showed me that, like, emo kids were, like, nice and fun. And she definitely wore jelly bracelets. Okay, so DK, are they like scary? Like, it wasn't that I was like, I just felt like I just assumed maybe they would like pick on me or something just because of the outward appearance. Until I just like, you know, had a friend who was, and then I was like, oh, okay, I get this now. And also get me into My Chemical Romance, Sarah, which is what happened. And I still like My Chemical Romance to this day. I think the songs were pretty good. There are more trees to find in the forest. Okay. Well, I know where one of them is, so let's go there. Let's go to the pursuer. Wrong way. Yeah, that's crazy, Will. I was like right in like the... Thank you for specifying the songs. Which ones? Do you want me to? The songs are good. They're well composed. I mean, I guess it depends on like what kind of school you went to. Also, maybe. Blue box? Isaac? Okay, let's figure out where we're going first. Am I being punked? When I was a young boy and I was in high school, when I was in middle school, emo was big. Where the fuck is this? Oh, I remember this. When I was in middle school, emo was big. And then when I was in high school, no, fuck this. I don't want to be here. This area sucks. I'm not going to this one. When I was in high school, and I was a little old for this, but like when I was in like 11th or 10th grade, and like there were like little 9th graders now running around, Scene was very popular. And Scene is like basically emo, but like you use like a blow dryer. Here's my description of Scene. Scene was the same shit as emo, but like you were a little more likely to skate. Your hair was extraordinarily blow dried, and instead of listening to like emo, like kind of like goth, like pop punk kind of music, which is what the emo kids listened to, you listen to like hardcore basically. Though that was the only difference, but yeah, that was like my time. We experienced emo and Scene right as they were all taking place. And I want to know what the kids like. What's the thing the kids call themselves these days? Is it just like influencer? What's I like when I was one of my favorite things in middle school, because my group of friends, again, like we had Sarah, we had me. I was kind of a nerdy kid. I can sympathize with you, Biba. I was kind of the nerd. My friend Robert was kind of the jokester. My friend Austin was kind of the like face of the group. He got along with everybody. People just liked him. My friend Kyle was a skater. So like we had this little friend group that we all went into middle school together. And because all of us were like a little bit different, we actually we made up a name for our friend group, and the name for our friend group was called the Blenders. Because we were all blended together. There was this other girl, Sam, who was kind of like a girly girl. We called ourselves the Blenders. And let me tell you guys, the Blenders were raw and everybody loved us. And before my middle school started, all the kids who would like ride the bus and get there kind of early, there was this big courtyard where like everybody would go mingle. And in like in middle school and in high school we had a courtyard too, but like only the weird kids hung out there. And if I could do things different, I probably would have hung out in the courtyard in high school too, because some of those kids were actually probably cool. But in middle school there was courtyard kids fucking everywhere. It felt like a TV show or something. And because it's like that's the age when you've got your little group that has the little, all wear the same clothes and you all like the same things. Sometimes myself and like Austin would just go like into the crowd and just like find a little group and like meet them. It felt like going to another country. It literally felt like leaving the safety of the Blenders, and we always hung out by the vending machines, which were near the basketball court. That was where the Blenders hung out. We hung out by specifically these vending machines near the basketball court. So we ended up kind of merging with the basketball kids, because some kids would play basketball in the morning before school started if they got there early enough. But then sometimes we would just run into the big crowd and just like meet a new group. Here we go. This is the one I remembered. See, I wasn't wandering aimlessly. I knew where we were going. Who doubted? This is cool. And then I moved right before I started high school, and I was the quiet kid for like 2 entire years. I didn't have any friends at all. I mean, I had friends, but like friends I had to talk to on the phone. And then I eventually sort of started making friends because I rode in high school. I did a crew club, which is a popular thing that, because where I live, whatever nondescript town I live in is by the ocean. There's a lot of canals and channels, and there's like a lot of waterfront here. Every high school has a crew. It's not just something that like the rich white people schools have. What I will say is the rich schools had crew teams, which were like school funded. We had club, which I guess in its own way, the parents had to like pay dues for, so like it kind of was like that. But our school just had club, and I think my mom just wanted to get me to do anything, so she signed me up for that. And so then I actually ended up meeting like a bunch of people in that too. There were like all different kinds of kind of like sort of social groups in that. I guess how like any sports team would really be, but. And so then I met some friends that way, but I went right from being one of the fucking main members of the Blenders into being a little invisible Shoma. So that's not good. But then it was good. Then when I got to college, I had friends too, and that was fun. And I have friends now. And now Zebra's the nerd, not me. So it all worked out in the end. People thought I was just kind of like goofy, and some people didn't like me because I was weird. Partly because I went to the same school since 2nd grade. Oh, okay. Yeah, like if I hadn't switched schools, I think I would have done, like it would have been much easier for me. But I just had like such a solid little friend group when I was like that I went elementary through to middle school with. And then when I moved, I was like, dang, I gotta make a whole new friends again, and everybody here all went to middle school with each other. And I don't know anybody. And so that was like hard for me. Oh my god, Isaac, I forgot that you reread Naruto. And also I really liked Naruto back then. And I think if I had hung out in the courtyard with the courtyard kids, I would have met someone who also liked Naruto, but I didn't. I didn't think anybody liked it, and I thought it was weird. And that was sort of in the era where like being a high school kid and liking anime, like you would be worried about getting called gay. And so like that was a big deal. But now it's like that's what kids like, kinda. So it's interesting. I think the kids are doing okay. What did I just get? Yeah, unfortunately I made a lot of high school friends in senior year, because that was when I was at my most outgoing and like clownish. You gotta be able to get in there. Throw a fireball through there, but then I like went away to college and I like lost touch with a lot of those people. I don't actually weirdly don't talk to anybody I was in high school with. But I have friends from my elementary school, middle school, and college friend groups. And I don't have any friends that I still talk to from high school. Which sucks, because a lot of them were nice. Like, I liked a lot of them, but... Can I go through here? We got the soul. Yeah, I think so too. Like by the time I got to like 11th grade, I was like, I wouldn't say I was one of the popular kids, but I was right on the edges of being popular. Yeah, I bet there's a hidden wall somewhere up here. I was right sort of on the edge of being popular, because at my high school, the popular kids were the kids who were like in the like AP classes and like stuff like that. And so when I started taking those, I just sort of started meeting them. And from my club, I met a couple people that liked me also. Oh, dang it. I'm running out of time here. And so then, like, I was, like, kind of on the edge of that group. Which is fine, because I never really, like, wanted... Well, I'm stuck, so I guess we'll just have to wait it out. Oh, fuck! Gerouge? What happened? That was nutty. Should I give that one an Art of Dying? I guess? There was like a redneck guy who I hung out with a lot because he was just willing to drive anywhere and he played video games. Hell yeah. Those were the kind of friends I made in like college. I also went to college out in the... Brinslet knows about this. I went to college out in bumfuck middle of fuckwhere. And sometimes you gotta make redneck friends to survive out in places like that. Now I gotta go all the way back up here. And it's like, obviously, like, there are some people that I met, like, for instance, my, one of my best friends, who I would describe as, like, pretty open-minded. He grew up in a very, like, small town out in, like, rural Virginia. Met him at college. And I think the only reason we're still friends is because, like, it turned out that our beliefs were, like, pretty aligned. To the point that I was, like, there were no moments where there was, like, a weird, like, oh, between us. Even though he, like, you know, is, like, super into, like, a whole bunch of redneck shit. But he shot archery in college, and some of those archery kids that I met, a lot of whom are also like hunters, like come from that same kind of like, at least where I lived, come from that same kind of like background. Oh, some of those archery kids, I was like, cool, man, like, yeah, all right, like, and I think he felt the same way too, but like, maybe not as much, but... Okay, what are we looking for here, Sis? Just to not die. Wait, is this the same one? Is this where I spawned in? It is, right? There were not two ways to go here. Is this a different one? Sis, where am I? Okay, it is. This is here. There was another way, though. Okay, hold on. There's just a way we didn't go. Well, away we go. But I just think it's interesting, like, what you, who you kind of run into. Because, like, again, if I had been in middle school, or going into that first year of high school, I was like, am I gonna make it? I remember my mom at one point like coming up to me and telling me that I don't remember who it was, but there was someone on that she saw on like MSNBC or something who was like a really smart, like informed person who like either like didn't get good grades in school or maybe like dropped out of high school or something. I remember my mom coming up to me at one point like in 9th grade and being like, just so you know, like, I was listening to so-and-so on the news today, and they said, like, this and this, so, like, it's okay. And I was like, Mom, like, do you think I'm dropping out? Like, what's going on here? But I just, like, struggled that, like, 1 year, really. But I would have never at that point thought that I would end up even on the fringes of the popular kids in my senior year. She was trying to be nice, but, like, I think she thought it was worse than it was. Or maybe I didn't realize how bad it was. It's not like I was ever like flunking. I never got like an F or a D or something, but I got a couple C's in high school that I probably shouldn't have gotten. In like 9th grade, 10th grade. And then I was by 12th grade, I was on the fringe of being popular, and I was in all the AP classes, unless it was math. So, hell yeah! What the fuck was that? Palette? Who threw a chakram at me? This is like a crazy thing to be in an area that you're like timed in. Where did it even? Was it just to slight me? There are a lot of chat messages going on, but a lot of them are big, and it's hard for me to get to them all, so I apologize. Ask someone what's he up to. He's probably still got like crazy beliefs. He was just being edgy because he was a teen. Yeah, I mean, like some people. I was like that for a while. I went through like kind of a, not like so bad, but I went through kind of an edgy phase. That's all this is, do you think, is? That shit's stupid. Well, there was another way to go. Alright, well now we're up here. The thing about stupid busy work is you still have to turn it in. This guy is raw. Look at his gauntlets. No, not my ashen mist. Keep huffing that mist, Rouge. No, Gerouge! I guess we gotta run past those guys. Oh, it puts me here. Okay, that's not so bad. I guess it's because I died the first time. Even though that was not my fault. Wait, is he bald? Gerouge, you bald? Zach Morris, but less charming. Get fucking owned. I also did, I think, just okay. I actually did a lot better on the SAT than the ACT. I remember everybody was like, just take the ACT, it's easier. And I don't think I prepared like super hard for that one. I took it and I was like, shit sucked. And then I got out of it and my score was like a decent amount lower. And I was like, yeah. And did I take the SAT twice also? I might have. Did I? Maybe I didn't. I might have taken it. No, I think I took one of them twice. I think I took the SAT twice. Yeah, I was like, in like high school, I thought that was like endgame. And in reality, no one gives a fuck how you do. Whoa, Gerouge! In reality, literally no one in the universe cares what your SAT or ACT scores were. I remember going to like a prep class like one time for, I think it must have been the SAT. I remember I went with my high school girlfriend also. We did it together. I just kind of remember like sitting there and being like, yeah, man, whatever. Like, I'm sure I'll do okay on this. And I did do okay on it. what I expected. Could we have rouged in there from up there? There's no way we are beating the boss today. I just remember watching YouTube videos when I was supposed to be studying. I definitely did not study super hard for them. I remember, I think, doing like a workbook or something at one point. And I had a math tutor all through high school that would help me with math. And I remember we did some SAT math stuff we focused on. And after that, I just kind of winged it. I think I'm like an okay test taker. I don't know if I've flunked a lot of tests before, but like, I don't know. I don't remember a lot of tests in high school, and I don't remember any of them ever being that hard, except for my 10th grade English teacher, who I really liked, gave us this hard as fuck grammar test that like the entire class failed, even like the straight A students. And then we like all had to retake it. Actually, I've told this story on stream. I don't need to retell it. That was where I felt compelled. I accidentally put myself into a situation where it was possible that I could have cheated, and then like I think I like half tried to do it at one point because the test was so fucking hard, and then I had like a little piece of paper in my pocket that I was using to like cram before the test. When I got to where we were taking the makeup test, I realized it was still in my pocket. And I was like, oh, dang, I could look at that if I wanted to. And I pulled it out, and then I was like, this actually isn't helping me, and I'm nervous, so I'm going to put it away. And then right when I put it away, the teacher walked in the door and was like, how are you doing in here? If I had actually attempted to cheat, then I would have gotten busted. And that's the only time I ever tried anything like that in high school. I mean, I copied off of friends' homeworks and let them copy off me sometimes, but I feel like that's sort of just what you do. But I never cheated on another test after that. He walked up to me at lunch and went, your favorite bands suck. And I countered with, your favorite bands suck. And he goes, I don't have a favorite band. I like dicks. That's awesome. But I don't know. I remember thinking up until I like in my first 2 years of high school, the problem was I just didn't want to do it. I would have just rather to do something else. So I wouldn't do any of my work, and then it didn't matter how I did on the test really, if I didn't do any of my work. And then in 11th, like it's halfway through 10th grade, I looked at my report card at like the middle of the term, and I was like, dang, I guess I should just like do the work, and then I just did it from there on. I think I was very humble about my schoolwork. I think the kids that, I know Sis said it in here, so not to throw shade, but I think the kids that just went, I'm a naturally good test taker and I never did any work, struggled when they got to college, so I think I was pretty primed for that shit. There are some hard tests in you know, a couple hard tests in high school that I remember being difficult. I'm a good test taker, well la-dee-da is what I say. But also my college major was something that was very much like, for the test, like once I started getting into my like actual major coursework, for the tests, like a lot of the tests you have to pass are very much just like your classic kind of study and do well tests. And very much not like a computer science or like a math test or something, which in high school or in college I still didn't do well in. It's just not a subject I like or do well in or think is interesting or am passionate about. But in my major I had to take a lot of stats classes, very statistics-based field of study. And I remember everybody being like, stats are fun. And when I got to the class, I went, no, they ain't. Everyone was like, the thing about stats is it's the fun math. And then when I got to it in in college, I was like, there is no fun math. But we had to do a lot of like research and stuff like that. And even though writing papers is a drag, I like writing papers. Or I liked doing the research, as long as it was like a subject where there like was research out there. Did I read Will's story about the PSAT? There's a lot going on in the chat right now. All right, let me go back to these cool, good test takers here. No, you know why I didn't read the story about your PSAT, Will? Because this area is timed. We get kicked out of this area if we're not like on track. We got a stream to beat here tonight. Yo, gaming. All right, now where do I go from here? Back down to where I fucking started? Cool. Is that where I was trying to get into? What can I do from here? Whoops. Well, we'll never know. All right, let me read this Brudge story. Gifted kids got to take the PSAT a year early, and the score didn't count that year. I never took the PSAT. Does the score ever count? Teacher proctoring fucked up and let us use dictionaries on the English part. That's pretty funny. She thought you were gonna little Brudge it, Will. Hey Sis, how the fuck do I get in there? How does one do? PSAT counts for national merit? I don't know what that is either. I wasn't even gifted. Okay, we'll keep looking around. I was trying to like mash up on the. I was trying to mash up on it. I was trying to mash up on the fucking. What's it called? The walls. That's what they're called. This is why I wasn't in the gifted classes. Because I couldn't remember what the word for wall was. I was too busy smoking that herb and playing sick games, like Tales of Symphonia. I also didn't smoke herb, and I also was afraid that if I snapped someone's jelly bracelet, that would have to be forced to do it. Still. Oh, my coccyx! Guys, last night, a little bit of a BB took place. Wee woo, gamer. Let's get back to what's important, the games. Last night was the Game Awards. Zebra did not talk about it. I know at the very beginning of the stream, Zebra was like, he was like, I didn't really have much to say about it. But I'm here to tell you, Zebra did not talk about the Game Awards. He forgot. Zebra forgot is how I'm choosing to interpret what happened. I always beat him to the punch, and this is no exception. There was the Game Awards last night. There was manga this week. The big highlight is that a new Mega Man game is coming out. The big downside is that it's coming out in 2027. Which I know, like, could mean, like, a year from now. Because considering that this year is over, there's no more 2025 in the next couple weeks. This guy is a Hitatsumi giant. He's even got the one eye. It's like there's some sort of, like, giant, like, archetypal giant with, like, one big eye or something. It's like humans, like, it's like the uncanny valley exists because there was some other thing that used to hunt humans. Get back on track, Snack. Okay, so the Lame Awards, they were fine. I think it was one of the better Game Award shows, honestly. Wait, Sis, question. Do we have to fall down here and, like, just kind of, like, wiggle in? Because the thing is directly below us, right? I thought it was like an okay show. Like, it definitely didn't have many things I was interested in, but some years it has nothing I was interested in. So I thought it was alright. Again, they showed Mega Man coming out in 2027, which sucks, but what are you gonna do? We could, well, like, if I got a running start, we could get up there. I just don't know what that would do for me. I guess we could get over here. Have I been over here yet? Maybe there's like a hidden way over here. A girl in Chojin X named BB. She's a Destiny big girl. That's Wanda. No, there's no ladder over there. I think we've been on one of these also. There's a ladder somewhere down there. But it's not... I don't think anything over here will help me do that. Check out over here. No, that's where we've been up. We tried to get in from over there. We saw the way in from there. We haven't been here. So maybe there is a way to get in from here. I don't know where it is, though. Maybe I can just walk in? Maybe I can lock in? The other things that I liked were... I guess I'm just going to try shit. We have never been on this roof or anything, so... I don't think so. That game that was we described it as a 2-like. Whoops. Oh, I'm going back, I guess. That game that was like 2 little astronauts, and it was like a co-op game, Orbitals, that was coming to Switch. I thought that game looked pretty good. I did like that. There was a game featuring Don Lee, made by the old like Yakuza director, or maybe he was the creator of Yakuza, who split from RGG Studios to make his own game, and his own game is just Yakuza again, which is an extremely funny trailer. Gang of Dragon, is what it was called. You know, I hope that game isn't like 0 budget. Like asset slop that has Don Lee in it. But that guy is daddy. We call him daddy in the group. I've seen a ton of his movies in Korean. Like his Korean films, I've seen like a bunch of his like most popular ones. Because Rinslet and Beck really like him. And you know what? I like him too. I hope his game is good. And then I think there was one other thing that I was excited about. But I don't remember what it was. Was it that? Oh, speaking again of Rinslet and Beck, but also includes Zebra in this one. There's a 3rd Forest game coming out, and like if you know what the Forest is, it's like survival slop kind of. It's like a pretty fun game, but it definitely is like one of those like PC survival like there's like these cannibals on an island and there's a forest. You gotta make shit. It's one of those. But this trailer started for the Forest 3, and you couldn't have paid me $4 million to guess that that's what the trailer I was watching was for. And even though it's called Forest 3 and not like The Forest, it is another game by that studio. It's a follow-up to The Forest. Yes, that was really The Forest, Zebra. I know, the trailer looked insane. Like, it looked way higher rent. It didn't look anything like The Forest. But that, like, Endlight or whatever, End Night Studios or whatever, they're the ones who make that shit. There's a hidden wall on that wall with the flaney axe-throwing trap. For this, there's a platform you need to attack to get to the place to get in the hole. Okay. This? Oh. Oh, I needed to lower the doohickey. Alright, well, let's do this first, and then we'll do that. But yeah, Mega Man is the thing I'm excited the most about. I just will be excited for that sometime, like in the middle of next year, probably. Woo! Orbitals is maybe the runner-up. Even though I'm like kind of excited for that. Oh, and wait, I'm excited for this too. They showed Leon in Resident Evil 9. A lot of people were speculating he was going to be in the game. I guess just because like the trailers seemed kind of like they were pulling a bit of a Miles McKenzie a little bit, where people were like, "There's no way this is all this game is. They're hiding something from us." And it turns out Leon is who they were hiding. But I love Resident Evil 4, and I like the new Resident Evils 7 and 8. And even though this looks like a departure from that, I'm definitely still gonna play that game. I'm excited for that. Yeah, he was the day before the Game Awards. He was shown on like the PSN like image for the game. They just like updated they put it on there when they weren't supposed to. But even before that, I know a lot of people were saying that they thought he was going to be in the game. But that's exciting. Definitely makes me more interested in that game, which is a game that, provided it didn't get like panned, I was definitely going to pick up. But is not a game I was really excited for, because I don't think they were doing a very good job at selling me on it until this trailer. But so, you know, like 5 or 6 things, 6 or 7 things possibly. Not bad for a Jeff show. Miss Piggy was there. I love her. I don't like the implication that she let Jeff hit it, but, you know, whatever. I mean, if you don't have Miss Piggy at your awards show, like, smooching all over you, what is Miss Piggy gonna do, kind of? Jeff fucks worthy. You know, you feel me on that? Like, what's Miss Piggy, like, what's her character, if not that? Yeah, they sang a funny song. Says, you said there is hold on, what did he say about this? Right up here. Is a hidden wall on that wall with the flamey axe. Okay. I'm gonna try my best. Is this it, maybe? Is this kind of like, whoa. This is kind of like, looks a little square. Woo! Oh, well, it doesn't take too much to get back there. Sis said, wait, what else did Sis say? Oh my god. Guys, chill out, dude. I don't know how much Sis stuff I got from this. RE9 was good, wasn't super hyped for anything else. I would love to have Miss Piggy on this show, but I gotta be realistic with who I can get. I think I could probably get, like, I don't know, Sam the Eagle. Maybe one of the Menomina girls. One of the band members. I don't think I could get anybody super high profile. Kermit's definitely turning it down. Piggy turning it down. Gonzo's turning it down. But maybe someday. Okay, and here's what sucked about the Game Awards. The final game shown was fraudulent. Did I think it looked like kind of fun to play? Yeah, for sure. Like, it looked like a fairly, like, kinetic hero shooter with cool movement. But it's just, like, not... I don't know. It's not exciting, really. They teased this game as the, like, new game by the creators of Titanfall and Apex Legends. And, like, those are 2 well-liked games. I think I was saying... Oh, I went the wrong way. I was saying this in the call, but, like, Titanfall... I think when you mention Titanfall, it makes some people excited that, like, the game that's going to be shown might have a campaign. But this definitely does not seem... there's no reality where this has a campaign. It's just a hero shooter. So, I don't know. That was a super... Oh, Gerouge... They didn't playtest this area, Sis. I'm Gerouge stuck once more. Ho, 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 ho. They're trying to hold me back. They're never gonna let me fucking win the game. I should be a playtester. Hire me for that, FromSoft. I'm looking for a job. Okay, here's what else sucked about the show. Okay, so that game was stupid. That was the final announcement. I can see why maybe they thought it was cool. But it wasn't cool. It was dumb. What else? Don't break my shit, though. Sizz! Can I get out of here? Maybe I can use my homeward feather. Oh, you can. Yeah, we gotta run from the bonfire again. I gotta run to the bathroom for a sec too. I think I'm gonna do this first though. I can hold it. I'm a big girl. Okay, so Jeff sucks. Jeff was all right this time, I think. Except it seemed like people were saying, and I think maybe I choose to interpret this a little more charitably or just sort of awkwardly. People were saying that he threw shade at Team Cherry. When Team Cherry won their one award of the night, I saw a lot of people who were not happy that Jeff went see, you guys did win something. And a lot of people were saying that what he was talking about was in response to a Team Cherry article, or an interview someone did with Team Cherry where they asked him if they were going to go to the Game Awards. And Team Cherry were like, no, we're pretty busy, and we think Expedition 33 is going to win every award. So we live in Australia. We're probably just going to sit this one out. And so they skipped it. And so then Jeff goes, you did win one. I think the most charitable reading of that is that he was just being awkward, kind of, and responding to the devs that they won one of his awards. And he was not slighting the Hollow Knight fan base. But at the same time, the award they won was definitely one of those pat on the back awards. You know, I wouldn't say that probably in Jeff's mind, other than Game of the Year, he thinks that some awards mean more than others. But I do. And I think if it's best in genre or something, yeah, best game in a genre that is a rapid fire award of 3 other categories. That is not a look, you did it award. That's a we gave it to you because you're on the noms list award kind of. And that leads to my biggest point, which is my biggest thing that was boring about the show just as a show, which is that Expedition 33 won every single fucking award. And I know right now there's a lot of backlash about Expedition 33 from people who are just tired of hearing about that game, or I think salty on social media. And I think some of it is I don't know, I saw this thing about some French politician, or I don't know if it was the Prime Minister or something, and I'm not cultured, but someone some higher up in France was good job, you guys, and then it turned out that they had problematic politics that a lot of people don't agree with. So I don't think that is on Sandfall at all. I guess it would be cool if they issued a statement, but I don't know if I necessarily think they have to. And I don't think that a game's annoying fan base should dictate whether or not a good game wins awards. But I also don't think Expedition 33 should have won every single award either. Especially when, again, I didn't play that game, so I don't want to speak too much on it because I think it looks good still. And I think a lot of the people who are hating on it suddenly in the last 48 hours are just hating just because. But I don't know. I think I can't imagine a universe where I don't think Silk Song was in the running for best music or best art direction or something like that. And I personally just feel that it's unfortunate that in the year that it released, finally, after fucking 7 years of waiting or some shit, that it only won one pity rapid fire award. DK Bonanza, another game I really liked this year, also only won one pity rapid fire award. I'm more fine about that because as much as I really like DK Bonanza, I don't think it's one of Nintendo's strongest GOTY nom offerings. in the last, you know, couple years, 5 years or so, since Breath of the Wild came out. I don't think it's one of Nintendo's strongest GOTY nom offerings, you know, as much as it's a good game. I do think that Jenny Kidd, we talked about this so much on the stream, I do think Jenny Kidd could have gotten a nom for Best Voice Actor, or Best Performance, but I guess they only give that to mocapped actors anyway, so... Wait, why am I back in here, Sis? Did I get the thing? Oh my god, this stream sucks. I'm sorry. Did I get the thing? Yeah, I definitely don't think that, like, game, you know, you can't put a cap on an awards show. If a game is the best game of the year, then it's, you know, if the game is the best in more than 2 categories or whatever, it should win those categories. But I don't know if I necessarily think that this one game was the best in every single category this year. And I know that for a fact, at least, that there's a chance, because I played some games that were really, really good in certain categories. But you know, you can say what you want to say. It just didn't make for a very interesting show, and I was sort of bummed that a game that I was really passionate about and I really liked didn't win anything. But at the same time, it's the Game Awards, and, like, you know, who cares? Hollow Knight Silksong, they sold that shit for $20. The fans loved it. It's a great game. Team Cherry's doing good. I'm sure they made a ton of money. They already had $1 billion infinite money from the first Hollow Knight. Nintendo was not hurting for anything. They made a good game. I'm glad Donkey Kong's back. So, like, you know, at the end of the day, who really cares? But yeah, it's the same thing with sports and stuff. If you're looking for narratives, if you're looking for narratives all the time, go read a story. Like, sometimes things are just gonna sweep. But like, all I'm saying is, like, when you're very invested in some other things that are on the board, then it's like, I don't know, it feels like, all right, dude, if one game wins everything. But again, you know, how much can I really say on it, because I didn't play Clair Obscur. I also don't think I will. I'm not really interested in that game. But I can't tell you really why. I'm not really. It's not for any particular reason. It just doesn't look that appealing to me. Should we do strength? What if? Or we could put a little ad. But anyway, that was the Game Awards. Oh, the medley was good too. Jenny Kidd did come to the show. She closed out the medley as the voice actress for Pauline and DK Bonanza. I think she did a good job. And she sang a... Oh, dang it. Hold on, I think we can get there. But hell yeah, guys, gaming is kind of back. Officially, gaming is renewed for another year. Our fantasy draft is wrapping up. Gerouge. Which is, okay, I guess. I think I'm gonna wind up in 7th, which is not really where I wanted to wind up. I wanted to make the top 5, but some last-minute games got drafted. Some super drops were cashed in to get additional points. So I guess I'm not surprised that I fell down. Ouchie, I fell down. I definitely think my personal performance could have been. It was a fun, always a blast to play Fantasy Critic. I've never once gotten actually salty about it. It's just kind of fun every year to play. I think my personal, if I had to evaluate my personal performance this year, I was not in a, like, physically, in the world of the awake, I was not in a good place for the first, like, half of this year. I was exhausted all the time. A lot of the time I'd come home and like I'd have a plan on Thursday to like put in my bids for games, and I'd crash and fall asleep and miss the bid window. That happened multiple times when I had like a strategy I wanted to do. And then like halfway through the year, I kind of just was like, I guess I'll just, you know, hope my, I know I felt very confident that all my drafted games would do well if they came out. So I was like, I guess I'm just going to kind of bank on the fact that my games will come out this year, because some of them were up in the air, and that they'll be good. And all my drafted games that did come out did really well, and I had a bunch of drafted games that did not come out. And the Professor Layton game or whatever, which I didn't think was going to happen, but I just kind of panicked and picked up because I only had $3 left. But first half of the year, I kind of like slept on it, and then the second half of the year, I feel like I made some good plays around E3, but I had to spend once again I had to spend like all my money to make them, and then I should have waited longer, I think, to try to pick up my last round like sneaky games, because some other people that weren't me picked up some much better games for like $1 than I did that one time. So I think that was a misplay. But otherwise, fun year. I'm excited to do it again, even though there's no games coming out in 2026. GTA 6 is the bomb. That one's gonna get delayed. And then there's no other games. That's the one. That's the only game. Sis, is there another of those giants, or is that the only one? And also, did I get anything meaningful from that? There's just been so much talking tonight that I feel like I haven't been paying attention. One more to find. I guess we keep getting these souls of a giant, which I'm sure will be useful for something. Okay, so if we have all of those, I mean, it's got to be in this Forest of the Giants area, but that's the one I remember, is the one we just looked at. If there's another one, I don't know where it is. So I would appreciate maybe a pointer so we can stay on task. Yeah, I think this year seemed fairly close. I mean, like, I didn't never, other than maybe, like, draft night, which, you know, anything could happen at that point. I don't know if I was, like, okay, all right, we'll go out there. I don't know if I was ever like, oh, I could win, but there were, I feel like there were some big gamble plays this year that ended up actually paying off. And some savvy, or, like, I think every bid is savvy unless you totally just beef it. But there were some bids, some savvy bids on games that wound up scoring extremely well. That I don't think any of us expected to score as well as they did, which made it fun. It made it feel like again, towards the middle of the year, it made it feel like anybody could win. But here's the thing about finishing 7th, you guys, is that this I gotta think it puts me in like the worst possible position for draft. Oh, here we go. For next year's draft. I really need a win when it comes to the snake order randomizer. I'm hoping that it will be just enough to kind of put me in like top 4, which is where I want to be, or like bottom 2 or something, which is not a bad place to be. If I finish 7th and I wind up at 7th or something, I'm not gonna be happy. Memory of Vamar. Last year I was actually, you know what? When I say I've never been salty about Fantasy Critic, I was salty specifically just during the draft order reveal last year, because everybody else who placed around me got super high, and I wound up like in the back 4 or something heinous like that. I did not like my spot in the order last year for picking. I was salty about that. Yeah, Kingo and I think we finished like right next to each other, and then Kingo shot to 2 and I was like 8th or something. And I think that's the worst place to be, is like towards the back, but not towards the very back. Because you got to wait for all the best games to get picked on the way down to you. and then you still have to wait for like last place to pick twice in a row. Some of the second string picks to start getting picked before you get to go again. It's just a crappy place to be. But we'll have to see. I mean, it's all random, so you can't get that mad at Will. You can get a little mad at Will, but...
You are not one of our soldiers, and I don't take you for a mercenary.
I'm Gerouge.
Whoever you are, this is no battle to involve yourself in. Whether you are guided by bravery or brashness, this is no place for you.
Who is this voice? He sounds like another Dark Souls character, and he might be in something else too.
I am Drummond, and the Lord has placed this fort in my hands.
You look like you're chilling, dude.
I forgive your trespass, but leave this place immediately.
Look, we're not wearing the same gear? I'm Gerouge, come on.
Name, and no man will challenge your exit. And even if you don't, by now, my men have
his army has fallen.
to resist.
They've fallen to the curse.
Soon the giants will descend upon this.
This is
fort.
neat, actually. Even though I'm yapping a lot about other shit and it seems like I'm distracted, I'm into this.
The venerable Lord built this kingdom to bring prosperity to his subjects. What has transformed him so, I cannot imagine.
So we're sort of learning that, I mean, maybe this was already kind of implied, or some of this was already in the lore, but we're learning that, like, I mean, we knew there was conflict between Drangleic and Vendrick and the giants, because we learned that, like, way in the beginning of the game. But I don't know if I remember it exactly that, like, he went and, like, marauded, like, ransacked the home of the giants, or the land of the giants, and he brought giants here. Clearly, we know where some of them wound up, because some of them wound up in Aldea's Keep, but they're saying something happened after Vendrick brought the giants back, which is when people started to notice the turn in his demeanor, and then that's around that same time the Lord of the Giants, the King Giant, came and fucking fucked up the whole kingdom. So I think it's pretty cool to learn all that, like all this, learn this stuff by like getting to actually play it. And also it seems like is this optional, Sis, or do I have to do this? This seems optional, which I also think is fun. I like that.
Long ago, the king crossed the seas, pillaged the land of giants, and brought
What
back
happened, and how was
prize.
his queen, who's clearly the bad guy,
the gods
tied into this?
materialized. The giants are no ordinary barbarians. A singular rage burns within their hearts.
Sounds like you guys kind of drew first blood, though. I don't
My
know.
father and his father both fought the giants on this very land.
Generational trauma,
The
cycle of
giants
violence.
have wills of steel. They cannot find it within themselves.
Wait, hold on, Mist. I'm doing something.
Did you see him? That towering monster among them. That is most certainly the
Yeah, I killed him twice, but no big deal.
thing to topple.
Yeah, it was easy. I have 44 strength.
If I should die trying,
The number of times I nearly
my blade
died.
may break, my arrows fall wide, but my will shall never be broken.
All right, sounds cool, dude. Bye. All right, cool, man. Hold on, I'll be back. I haven't played the French game, but I do think there's something to be said about games about grief. Yeah, I mean, I believe it's good for sure. I don't think it seems bad. I mean, I do think the parts of the fan base seem misguided at best, but I don't know. There's a lot of good pieces of media that have bad fan bases. I don't think it's fair to like suddenly hate a game because it won a bunch of awards and people were annoying about it. I think it's fine to hate on those people.
Did you see him?
Okay, I just want to get to the end of this dialogue. It seems like that was probably the last thing. Oh, that was the same passage there.
Take these.
Okay,
I
cool.
think you may just need them.
Captain Drummond.
Don't ask me why. I just do.
Well, I am gonna go fight around in here, so.
Be gone.
Okay. Oh, gesture.
Be gone with
Wait.
Be gone.
What is this gesture gonna be? Like sensual lay? Oh, hurrah! Hurrah! Yeah, but I also, again, I don't know anything about the game. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play Expedition 33. You guys, alright, I'm gonna hit you guys with some real shit. You want a good-ass game made by French people? I brought this up in call last night, but I'm saying it again on stream because people need to hear this shit, goddammit. You want a good-ass game made by French people? They're putting one on the Nintendo Switch Online service this coming week. It's called Rayman 2: The Great Escape. Made by the visionary Michel Ancel. One of my favorite games of all time. One of the best games from platformers from the 90s, in my opinion. I can't wait for that to come out. I'm definitely going to play it. I want to let's play. I want to do a stream playthrough of that game sometime. But I'm so weird about streaming my like favorites. I've done so little of them in like this capacity. I always just get so worried I'm not gonna do right by like my favorite games that I never stream them. But I don't know. If you have an NSO sub, go play Rayman 2. I love that game. I know there's like 4 billion versions, but 64 versions is the original. It's the first one. I would say it's probably the 3rd best version of the game, but there's also like 10 versions of that game, like 7 of which are worse than that one. Ten versions of that game, and none of them that came out in the last fucking decade also. Can we talk about that? I hate Ubisoft. You want to talk about a French company that does suck shit? That's not Sandfall Interactive or whatever. It's fucking Ubisoft. Or whatever's left of their rotting husk. They look like this Hulk hand-ass green giant thing. That's basically who we just killed. How come there's no HD version of Rayman 2, for God's sake? For God's sake. Guys, I love Rayman 2. That game is so good. I believe in that shit, too. I really believe in my heart that it's that good. I'm sure some people would play it and be like, what is this? This is this game Snack loves? This is like a 7. Ain't wrong. What is this? This is so magical. I'm fine with Rayman being dead. He's dead. His ass is dead in the ground. I don't need to see him back. I just want like a remaster or a port of the game that they made that I really liked when I was like 8 years old. That's all I want. But it's on the NSO service now, so that is cool. They also released Tonic Trouble, which I'm sure a lot of people don't know what Tonic Trouble is in here, because you kind of have to be like a 90s Ubisoft fan to know. But Tonic Trouble is a game that I think it was still on Cell's team who made this, that Ubisoft made because they were not comfortable yet with making 3D games. And instead of just jumping right into making Rayman 2, they were like, let's do another 3D game first with some similar ideas. And so that game is Tonic Trouble. It came out beforehand, and I've always been interested in playing that because it doesn't seem very good, but it seems like it could be funny to play. And those are my favorite kind of games these days for some reason. And we will definitely be streaming Tonic Trouble. That is a dibs. You know, Rayman 2 is like a soul game to me. I don't care who else streams that. I'll play it someday on here or in some form. But I don't have any plans to play that right now. And maybe they'll do an HD remaster someday. But Tonic Trouble, expect to see that on here someday. They also put Wario World on NSO service too. Wario World is cool. That game is fun. That's all I have to say about Wario World. We did not make it very far into this. But I guess I don't have to talk to the guy this time. We can probably run past some of these guys. And he wasn't lying. The giants are upon us. This guy was right at the fucking door. Yeah, runs like speed runs that game. Oh, Deadbeard. That's yeah, we beat Deadbeard. That's Bones and Friends. That's Bones and Friends. Wait, did I die? No, it kicked me out. You guys, there's no way we're beating this tonight. I'm gonna let you know. It's already 1:30. It's been 2 hours. What did I even do? This should have taken 2 minutes. I would imagine you're almost at the end of the game to do this, so that's cool. Come on, man. Aw, man. Aw, man. I think if I ever replayed Golden Sun, which I definitely won't. Oh yeah, I forgot to look at the helmet. But if I ever did, I would probably just like look up a list of what the different genie combinations give you, just so I could like know the what skills there were and not have to fumble around in that menu, because I think that would have made me enjoy that element of it more. A traditional Drangleek helm, or even like come up with like just a class that was different than like just the all same element genie classes, and like run that one class on each of the characters. I even think could be kind of fun. It's not that long of a game, so I don't think it would get boring to like do that. But like make them each like a different individual, like make each one a different class, but then like play that as like their one class that they were. In his day, King Vendrick was fair and just, and expected the same of his liegemen. This helmet was proof of King Vendrick's trust and honor until his transfiguration. Let's put it on, Gerouge. Shit looks cool as fuck. It looks like when Shrek is fighting those guys. It's like that's like the helmet from when Shrek was fighting those guys. Arms and legs. Oh, the helmet was in the past. Yeah, we're wearing the Drangleek leggings. Are these the arm, are these the wristbands, the gauntlets? They are. Dang, so we were more, he should have recognized us. We were more decked out in his gear than we thought. Had I had those gloves all that time, too? Where was the chest for that stuff? I mean, it must have been in this area somewhere. This area was a struggle for me. I remember, like, we died a lot. We Art of Dying a lot in this area. Way, way back. After the Pursuer. Speaking of stream games and things like that, I said I was going to sizz the next Sunday game, but I actually don't think that we are. I think I have an idea of exactly what it's going to be. I have peppered some... Gerouge, what are you doing, dude? I have peppered some very extremely nonchalant hints about it here and there. Mostly to friends, so like, if you're just watching the streams, you probably don't have an idea of what it is. But it doesn't seem like anybody has any idea. Which I like. That's how I want it to be. I'm not announcing it until Sunday. I am going to announce it on Sunday. So that I'm excited about. I don't know if anybody else feels like this, and this is the most fucking pretentious thing to say. I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but Do you ever feel like your stream games are like from the universe? This is how I feel, and I pride myself on picking very, very good stream games most of the time. For me, I don't mean just like good games, but I mean like we've so rarely on this channel picked a stream game where I've like gotten into it and been like, this was a mistake. Actually, don't know if I think that's ever happened on here. And my secret for it, you guys, you want to know what it is like I make like a big list, and then I just like wait for like the cosmic ray of energy to like come down from above and hit my fucking pineal gland and alight my nervous system. And then I'm like, I know what it must be. I've scryed it from within. And then I just play it. It's stupid, but it's pretty fun usually most of the time. And that happened to me with this game. I've had it on the list forever, and suddenly I was like, we're wrapping up. It's getting to be that time. I felt my fucking hormones shift, and I was like, yep, I know what it's going to be now. And so I've been like listening to the soundtrack of the game, watching some videos and stuff about the game just to kind of like get in the mood, get some little trivia facts that I like to know. And then we'll be ready for it. And I think what we were gonna do is last year we did like a tier list night around this time of year. It was the Snack Attack Christmas special, if you'll recall, which was just like a normal tier list night. We didn't even really do anything Christmassy. But I thought I was gonna do another thing like that, like around this kind of the end of the season, just because Donkey Kong is finally ending. But I don't think I am going to this year. And I'm not saying this like because of anybody, but I know like Sizz intends to do like a tier list thing. I know Comb is planning to do one in the next couple weeks. I know that Zebra plans to do like an end of the year kind of like look back stream or something. So I just don't like. I think I'd rather just play a game then in that case. I just don't want to like overload everybody, like people who are watching with just like that kind of content like over and over and over. And because I don't plan to update the stream tier list until we're finished with Dark Souls, there's no reason for me to do that anytime soon either. So I think we're just gonna jump right into the next Sunday game after DK. I think we're just gonna go into it. I'm excited about it right now. I don't see a reason not to do so. But we'll talk about what it is after we're done with Donkey Kong. The game I'm actually gonna beat this week, and not stupid Gerouge, because I can't do anything right. And the judges are fucking with me. This is not the way to be fighting this guy. No! Fireball War. Oh, Gerouge. Hold on, wait, let me get the data. Was there something up here? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, easy. That was important. I'm excited to watch everybody's. I love watching those tier list streams. Again, there's no shade in it. I was bummed that Sizz didn't get to end up doing his, because I really like those. Like the thing about those stream people, I don't like. Again, maybe it's just like the personal like head up assery that I end up having to like tell myself to not fall into, where it's just like. It's not like this streaming is a hobby I really like, and I like to like remember it like myself, and I also really like to remember, like look back on the memories that like other, like my friends who also do this have done. But I rewatch everybody's like ranking streams all the time just because it's fun for me to like, just like relive that stuff. So I love watching whenever people do that. And also the Comb tier lists are just funny, so I am excited for that. I just think like if everybody else are gonna be, Will's last tier list night was fixed. It gave us so much content. I just think if everybody else is gonna be doing one, and I don't have a reason to like do the updated stream ranking yet, I might as well just not Do I? Where are the giants in this game? Explain. Right in front of us. These are the giants. Well, I think maybe these guys... He was talking about the golems or something. I think these guys might be like the familiars of the giants. These guys might be the giant... These might be the, like, giant golems. But those big guys we've been felling are definitely giants. Or at least they're like the giant leaders. They're pretty cool. Cool element of the game, for sure. They're not like that giant. Oh, I see. Okay. I guess that's why he was... The golems were made by Vendrick then, is what we were talking about, right? That makes sense. Did those guys resemble giants though? Did he like maybe he used their husks to make the golems? They were big. I do think I remember the soul, or does the soul go into their eye? Does it go into their little face? Or did it go into their like chest? Now that I'm like putting those two things together, I do see how those could be like maybe he used the giants as like the shells to create the golems in. And that's why he had to go kidnap a bunch of them. Or maybe he just used them to like study how to recreate them. Come on in here with your big Shrek self. This guy with the hammer does mega damage. Club, I mean. Hell yeah. Okay. We're in. This is a run. This guy's got the green hand. He's got the one Hulk hand on. Ouchie. He hulked. He went Hulk, but only on one of his arms somehow. Is there ever a Bruce Banner who can only turn some of his body Hulk? Like Luffy in Gear 3rd, kinda? Has Bruce Banner ever been able to do that? I think that would be cool if so. Has he ever been able to go like only like arm Hulk to do a big punch? Or is that against the rules of the character? I know there are other like superheroes who can do, like Marvel heroes who can do stuff like that. Like I think Mr. Fantastic can do that. But he doesn't have Hulk hand. He just has big hand. So how about what? So what happened? No. These guys are not hippo tier by any stretch of the imagination. You are not hippos and you never will be. Okay, we just gotta get to the big guy and kill him. The big guy's the goal. That guy, we might need to kill that guy. How am I doing? Has the flavor text popped up yet? I wonder if I can fight this guy without the mage, the fire casting one, seeing me. Or if I can just get lucky and just do it fast because we're so strong. It doesn't seem like he really cares. And I'm in this guy's ass. Oh no, he cares. Hold on. He saw me. Yes, he did. I'm gonna pop a little warmth out, I think. Oops. Oh, okay, hold on. Gerouge. Alright, now roll. I bind here. Good shit, Rouge. Don't worry about warmth. I thought those guys drop a. Did he drop a? I bet that club is nutty big. Aren't we supposed to get a giant soul from that, or did I just miss it? It might have popped up and I missed it. We're doing good here, though. I don't know, again, I feel like it's been an entertaining stream. feel like we haven't gotten anything done. It says, what do my odds look like? What do you think my chances are? I'm not feeling very good right now. Are we done in here? Oh, there's this guy, though. Can I get his soul? They fucking took a whole village to take that guy down. Let's sing a little song out here. Gerouge. Okay, let's be thorough here. There's this. Let's climb this. We're gonna go in circles here. In circles. You guys know Circles, the unreleased Beatles George Harrison track? I think that's a White Album Esher demo, maybe? This stupid song that was at one point a George Harrison. I don't even think he ever put it on an album, which he did with some of his other songs that didn't make it to Beatles albums. But there's this stupid song that George had. It probably could have made it good, but there's like a demo of this song on some of the unreleased Beatles demo tapes and stuff that's called Circles. And literally, here's my impression of the song. Circles. It's like not really how it goes, but it basically is. Going round in circles. That's kind of what it sounds like. Not surprised it didn't make the fucking White Album, but I guess it could have. There's some stupid ass songs on that album anyway. That album that I love. You are too much. You're too eager. Yeah, there's some. Get back is. Guys, how many times have we talked about this on here? Y'all seen the Beatles Get Back documentary? Good shit. Oh my god. Ah! We're not done in here, right, Sis? It definitely seemed like there was a decent amount further to go. I don't think I don't need to climb that ladder again though, right? He's gonna be bald on this one. We just need to probably go outside and then wrap around and go up that staircase, right? Yeah. Here's another question. If there's something we need to do to have a bunch of humanity, do I want to be conserving my humanities? It's just such a pain in the ass to like have my health bar suddenly start really whittling down, and also I hate having no hair. I don't ever want to be looking like that. That's not part of the RP we've created for our character. Am I going the right way? Yes. This time I think I'm just gonna run past the giants. They can't follow me into that house anyway, so I'm just gonna say fuck it. Yeah, I guess we could do that. I think it's funny, though, to juxtapose every, like, 5 deaths or whatever with one time where he's not Gaunt. Is the optional thing where we need a bunch of humanity something we can do after beating the game? And if not, how many humanity do you need to have to do it? Or human effigies, whatever they're called. Do you need 20? Do you need 30? How many have I? Yeah, I'm getting close to being done with the KH1 replay. Still been having a lot of fun with that game, though I have been putting it on hold a little bit because Metroid Prime 4 came out. I've been playing that a lot. And at night, when I want to get in bed and play a game or something, I'm not gonna play Kingdom Hearts in bed. I have it on PS5. I have to sit to play that. But I've been playing a lot of 100 Line too in bed, and so sometimes that turns into 100 Line during the day also. I'm up to 40 endings on that game now. And I'm in a very nutty route. Isaac also recently picked that game back up. And Isaac somehow we're on the same route finally, which I don't think has happened once since we like really kind of got into the game. Here we go, baby. Whoa! But that's been fun. But also Kingdom Hearts is what we were talking about, and that has been fun too. I think we were talking about this last Sunday maybe, but last night I played a little bit after we watched the Game Awards, and I beat Kurt Zisa, you guys. I was talking about like where I wasn't sure if I was gonna need to go back, like go do something else and then come back to fight him. But I put so many attempts on him that I finally just like powered down the fight and got it good enough. I swapped my Keyblade out for Oblivion, which I just kind of did because I like Oblivion. It's cool looking, but it's definitely not gonna be like what my main like build Keyblade's gonna be. But it just had more damage on it, and it's long, and so I was like, I bet I just need to like be able to break Kurt Zisa's stupid little hand orbs faster. So I did. I equipped it, and I beat him in a couple attempts after that, and I finally have beaten him. And then all I did otherwise is go run around and do a bunch of synth grinding. Actually, that's not true. I did go through the end of the world, but it didn't take very long. So now I'm just going to do grinding, and then sometime before the end of the year I would like to beat the game, and then I want to fight Sephiroth too. This is not even where I need to be. Okay, yeah, so, well, all right, Sis was saying a couple things to me, but I knew we needed to clear out that area first. The old guy in the chair, yes, I remember him. We need to find him one more time. He'll let us access an area. If you die, you need a human effigy to open the area back up for another attempt. Oh, okay, so we could do it. We just might not be able to do it, and we might waste all of our humanity. Which wouldn't be ideal, but I'd be willing to check it out. Or we could go check out Vendrick. Do we think, Sis, that in the name of trying to do the story finale today, we should do that instead? Because I kind of would rather. And then I'm totally down to go do that other, like, Dark Altar thing at some point. But if you could do it after you beat the game, then I don't see why we couldn't do that. How many do I have? 20. Probably need, like, 27. He's so good. The question was, if I want to try to beat the story finale today, would it be better to just go do Vendrick's thing now? I'm not assuming that that will be the end, but that's definitely where it seemed like they were telling me to go. Now that I have the memory thing. Let's do Vig. Get the Vig. Okay, yeah, that's what sounds best to me too. Alright, hell yeah, Gerouge. Let's do it then. So that one is right nearby. That's in Aldia's Keep in the ritual site. But yeah, my gamer goals for the rest of the year, no. Beat... It's not in here? Oh no, this is... Wait, hold on. That's a different area. Oh, Aldia's Keep... No. I'm thinking of... Not the gutter... The shrine, no, Undead Crypt. Is it Undead Ditch? I think we opened a shortcut in here. My gamer goals for this year are to beat this, but not the DLC, just beat the general game of this. Beat Donkey Kong Bonanza, both of those I think seem doable. I intend to beat Kingdom Hearts, beat Metroid Prime 4, and beat Pokemon Legends ZA, which I'm very close to the end of, but I put down for a bunch of other things that sort of came out. But I'm really close to the end of that game. Metroid Prime 4, I think I'm probably about halfway through. I have about half of the pickups in the game, and I have more. I have 80% of the scans, and I've been to like 4 out of 5 of the main areas. I have heard some people say that the sort of this game's like artifact quest equivalent is fairly padding-y. And that there might be 2 of them, I think I've heard. I've heard there's some padding towards the end of Prime 4. Not surprised. But I think I can probably, like, chug that. Those kind of games, though, I like, you know, they're none of them are that long games, even if you go for 100%, which I am going to. So I think I can do all those things. And 100 line, I will not be beating by the end of this year. Yeah, Pokemon Legends ZA has a DLC out, which I won't be buying. Not that I don't like that game, but I just don't think it looks worth it. Again, even though I just talked about all the games I've been playing, I'm trying to save money. They just happened to be a bunch of games that came out that I was like, oh, I want to play this year. Hell yeah. I'll be 100 line before next year, though. I'm making my way to halfway through. All right, what will happen here? Memory of the King. One cannot reside within this memory for long. Well, whatever, man. I'm Vati videoing up to him.
Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. I am Vendrick, ruler of Drang Lake.
I know, I remember you saying you liked him, Sis. I want to look at his face. He looks raw. Is he like hollowing though? Is that what's going on the right? I mean, we know he must be, I guess. We've seen him in modern day. Is he a Monokuma man? Sis, is this why you like him? Somebody needs to back me up on this. Is he a bit of a Monokuma man? It kind of looks like he's got a little gauntness of his own on the right. You're sure he isn't hollowing?
As flame rises, so does it fade. Such is the way of things. Do you intend to link the fire? Then you must first take the throne.
I think I was kind of planning on not doing it this time.
Find the ancient crowns.
Okay.
Seek adversity, and they will be yours.
Maybe those are the giant souls we were getting.
And your wishes granted. And your wishes granted.
Yeah, I got that, dude. And your wishes granted. And he like looks at the door.
And your...
This is raw. I like his like giant Vendrick blade too. I wonder if you can get that in the game. Seek the crowns. I'm wearing a crown. I wonder if there's somewhere else we can go in here. Maybe I need to put the crown on? Oh, that's in the DLC. Okay.
And your wishes.
Alright, is it going to be like... the DLC, maybe I'm thinking then it'll be like the ancient... Like the Lords of Drangleek in its prime. That could be cool. I guess that's sort of like what Ulasil is too, so I wouldn't be surprised if the DLC was also like that for this game. Hold on though, Vinny. I'm coming back in. We can kill him now? Is it a fight? Should I kill him here or should I kill him in the past? I kind of want to fight him at his best. I guess it wouldn't matter. Though if we kill him in the past, won't he be gone here? It says, wait. Is there a reason not to do this? I guess if we kill him here, then we can still kill him in the past, right? That's why I don't like time travel, because I don't understand it. That's why I don't like time travel, because I don't understand how it works. Okay. Alright, well, I'm sure you get like the flickering soul of the king from doing this. Well, he got a bar. He's not taking a ton of damage. Oh, this is sad. This is like a lore fight. Let's see if he ever hits us. If we tried earlier, you wouldn't be doing shit for damage. Like, in the game sense? Oh, he did. He got a hit in. Or you mean just like, we would be leveling up? Oh, okay. That's cool. Look, he got me! Benny! Look, he got me! He hit me with a little 3-sweep combo. Should I be embarrassed? Hold on. That needed to happen, though, because you can't fight Gauntness with life. This is the proper form. You gotta fight Gaunt with Gaunt, right? We need what we have here is a Gaunt solution to a Gaunt problem. What we've got on our hands here, you guys, is a bit of a Gaunt solution to a Gaunt problem. Gerouge, you're in your element now. I like running through this room too. You wanna know what one of my gamer loves is skipping enemies. Oh, Gerouge. Especially when I don't get hit though, actually. You wanna know what one of my gamer loves is finding a way to not fucking fight the guys. I'm all for, you know, I'm not like a hater of battles and stuff, but you don't gotta do that every fucking time. I guess if we had attacked him the first time we were down here and like aggroed him, then we wouldn't have been able to. Well, no, we would have been able to see that past thing because it's the armor that you have to interact with. I would imagine that once the fog wall clears, if you kill Vendrick, that's still there. Oh. All right, I'm just gonna respect him. Benny still got it! He does hit hard. We probably should be shielding more. Just because I saw how much damage he was doing, or how much damage we were doing, which was not very much. I was like, let me just two-hand and take huge swings at him. But his attacks seem like they're fairly dodgeable, and also, like, if I can use my shield to shield one of his giant swinging attacks, then will do us a lot better. It's a war of attrition. A war of Patricia. You guys, am I allowed to talk about this on stream? Should I? I know we said we're not doxing ourselves anymore, but is this bad? In my pursuit of continuing to like play games, I mean, I have a huge, I guess I'll say backlog. I don't like to call things a backlog, but I have a big backlog of of games I own but I haven't played. But in my pursuit currently of like playing games on a budget, being a little thrifty with it, I have embarked upon an endeavor to hack my 3DS. Which, if you have a friend who plays Nintendo... if you have a friend who plays Nintendo games, will tell you that it's very easy to do. But I just haven't done it. And I think I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing it necessarily to, like, play anything, like, any one specific game. But, you know, there's a lot of games you can play on that, so. You guys, my 3DS SD card, is 4 gigabytes. Can you believe that? It's the one that came in the new 3DS XL, and I think I was just like, I'm not getting a fucking SD card for my 3DS. I'll just delete and reinstall like the one like big game that I have digitally on this system, which was at the time was Fire Emblem Awakening. That's like the one digital 3DS like game I ever bought, and everything else was like virtual console software that was very small. So I never really like needed a bigger SD card, but for a hacked 3DS, you're gonna want one that's more than 4 gigs, because you'd theoretically want to put a bunch of software on it. Jesus, he hates me. Fuck you, Gerouge! I heard you calling me Gaunt. You know what? You know what? All right. I know what you said about my wife. Come on, she was clearly evil. I don't know, man. Wife guys' colors don't run. She is my she and my jackpot. What's her name? Nishandra? Nishandra is my she, and the Looking Glass Knight and other knight are my jackpot boys. You killed them, and I'll kill you. Fuck you, Gerouge. I don't know why he's like sort of Sean Connery. Fuck you, Gerouge. What's your send me your best impression of Sean Connery saying Gerouge. Gerouge. It's already Connerized. Gerouge is a pre-Connerized name. I feel like my circle button is sticking. Anyway, I'm hacking my 3DS. I got a 32 gig SD card. I probably could have got a bigger one, but when I was looking into it, people were saying, like, if you get one that's higher, like, bigger than 32, you gotta, like, format it or something. And I was like, I could probably figure that out, but it sounds like a pain in the ass. Or it just sounds like an extra step. And I'm sure 32 will be more than enough. So, I bought a cheap SD card. It was on sale. I made sure not to get, like, an SD Express. I got the right kind, I think. And, so all I gotta do now, my computer does not have an SD card slot, so I had to buy a USB SD card reader. Also, so I ended up spending money on it, which was not the goal. Fuck. Gerouge, if you get hit once, you can't get out. I gotta stay in, I guess. I keep trying to, like, roll out to heal, and there's no, like, his sword is so long. There's no way. All right, but we needed to be Gaunt anyway, so that one didn't count. I was more of a Stones fan. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of getting a 64. I know, like, I was reading into it, and there's a point where, like, they were like, the speed ends up, like, not mattering, kind of, once you get to a certain point. It's the 3DS, and I was like, yeah, it makes sense. But I don't know. It seemed like there were some SD cards that were, like, too much. And the 32 gig ones were cheaper. It was like a single-digit number to buy. So I was like, I'm sure this will be fine. Yo, Turn of the Drew, thank you for the resub. What's going on? We're fighting, we're fighting. I'll take the tits now for 200, Gerouge. Your mother, Gerouge. Whoa! You didn't do that before! King Vendrick saying your mother, Gerouge, as though he's on Jeopardy is so stupid. The tits now, Gerouge. Is there a limit to how many games / apps? I don't think so. I think it's just how much storage space you have. Shoutouts to I forgot about this about the 3DS, but shoutouts to Nintendo. I kind of love them for this kind of stupid shit. Shoutouts to Blocks. Says, do you know about this? Says in the Wii U and I think the Wii U also, but I know the 3DS. In the 3DS day, when you had a way to store digitally bought video games, you know, if you have a hard drive or even a memory card, a lot of the time it's gonna be in gigs, right? Right? That makes sense. It's clear. It's what's on the box of the memory card you buy. It's gigs, right? Well, Nintendo decided they wanted it to be more family friendly or some dumb shit. So the Wii U and the 3DS use blocks. No, the Wii U must use gigs, right? Because they put that on the console box. I think it must just be the 3DS. The 3DS uses blocks, which is Nintendo's own proprietary way of counting, like, storage data. And you, like, if you want to know how many, like, gigs left you have on your fucking card, you gotta convert it from Nintendo blocks into gigabytes. It's so crazy. Hold on. Stay in there, Rouge. Alright. This is not as... I don't know how we were letting him just body us. This is definitely not as bad as I thought it to be. Now, don't die now, though, now that we said that. Uh-oh. That's gonna kill me. Ooh! I think it would have killed me. I think we just iframed that the right way. Yeah, I don't know, blocks. The little animation was cute, the little, like, thing filling up, if that's what you mean. It had style. And I do miss game console, specifically Nintendo. I know we all miss, and by we I mean like Sizz and Kingo, I think too. I know we all miss PS4 themes, and I miss those too, but remember the Wii menu? Bro, the Wii? That shit was so, like, magical. And I think Nintendo could have that magic again, but they just don't. How hard could it be to, like, get, you know, like, get one of your, like, beloved composers to do a little music, and then just make the menu, like, inviting? I miss that stuff, man. And I miss PS4 themes, too. It was also the perfect way to open streams, because you have a song that was already playing. Now kids these days just have intro screens. I don't think we'll use it as an intro screen, but I did, for the reveal of the next game, I did make something. I made a little content. There we go. Rest in peace, Venny. You were a real one. Yeah. I don't want to look at the trophies, though, because I don't want to see how many we have, like, left to do. Okay, so we killed Vendrick. He said, seek the crowns or whatever in the DLC. He did not drop a soul. Maybe I have to go back to Shalinda now. I mean, he dropped souls, but looking in here. I don't got no souls of the king. Okay, now we gotta go to the Shrine of Amana. Okay. I don't know how I would have figured that out, but alright, I'm following. Do we have to go to that, like, weird fiery thing? What would have been in Shrine of Amana? I mean, I guess we came down there from the castle. And we came to here from there. What way did I come in here? It's across the bridge, right? Remember the bridge with the dragon rider and the door that was locked? No. I don't. That was in the Shrine of Amana? Let me have some Kirby shit on my Switch too. True. If Nintendo did themes, that would be the nail in the coffin. If the Switch 2 was like, for the first time... Oh, no, I guess the 3DS had themes, though. But their home consoles never have. But if they put themes out on the Switch 2, which they definitely won't, but if they did, that would be it. Sis would have to kneel. Specifically Sis. Sis would have no choice but to kneel if that happened. You guys, speaking of Neil and going back to the Game Awards, Neil Druckmann got up on stage. Guy sucks. Yeah, Sis, I do like those like throwback themes for the PS5, but those are cope also. I kind of think. Andrew Schultz was on the stage at the Game Awards. That guy mega sucks. Right off the plane from the Riyadh Comedy Festival, and right onto the Game Awards stage, baby. Very cool. And he did go to that shit too. The thing about the 3DS is that once you hack it, you can put all kinds of hilarious themes on there. I've seen Zebra with a bunch of funny ones. Okay, second bonfire and go from there. The Fall Fire. There was a dragon rider and the door was locked. From here, Sis? Ooh, oh, I remember. I don't like this. You know what this is? This is Snake area. Actually, no, this was the second time we talked about the snake. The original time we talked about the snake in my mom's house was, I think that was in the Iron Keep. How could it have been that far back though? Was it the Iron Keep? I think it was. We struggled through here. The snake in my mom's house is a goosebumps. Can't you just see? Gung, 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 gung. Where's Zebra? You guys, I'm gonna dox him again, but not actually. One of my first, my earliest memories of Zebra. This is before we were friends, even. One of my earliest Zabrag memories. What? Wait, is this where I was going? Is this the right way? Yes, it must be. This must be the door. One of my earliest Zabrag memories is this video that he fucking says. It says locked. I'm gonna go kill this guy while I talk about this. This video that he put on Twitter that I assumed was him for years, and then found out it was not him, but it was in fact one of his other college friends or something, where they were rigorously dabbing to the Goosebumps song. And all I knew really about Zebra then at that point was that he liked Scooby-Doo and he liked Goosebumps. And I was like, what is this guy? The Halloween Freightler? Who is this guy? The Halloween champ? What is this guy? All I knew about him was that he liked Scooby-Doo and Goosebumps. And I don't even think he likes Goosebumps that much. I think he just thinks the song is a banger, which true, it is. Open sesame. This is a beautiful door. Holy. Soul of the King. This was his little jerk-off chamber? Oh, what beautiful eyes, Gerouge. Look at his big, baleful... big baby blue, baleful eyes. Damn. This is where this is a dire little room. He sat in this shit? It was like 10 feet tall. Whose chair is this? Soul of the King. This man could use some gun. That's what I'm saying. Soul of Vendrick, the king of Drawing League. He put it in this tiny little chair for baby people. This great soul beckoned the dark, overwhelming the king. Perhaps this king who once ruled the world of men was was a lacking vessel for the truth throne. Oh. Use the soul of he who would link the flame to acquire numerous... Oh, it always says that. Yeah, but who's sitting on the throne now, huh? Sis? Eh? Is it time yet? Is it time to reveal it? Do we have to go back to the queen now? Oh, raw. Can I... are we about to do a crown upgrade? Hold up. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, it's worse in every way. Except for style. What is this one thing that it's better at? Whoops. How do you look at this? This. Slash defense. You get 2 poise. I don't like it as much as actually as this. But we gotta read about it. What makes a king? Some say it is birthright, while others call it destiny. Destiny. Perhaps it is not important as long as the king's name serves to unite the people. Raw. Yeah, we did upgrade the bone crown to +5. I think I like it more kind of minimal. Plus, we can't, like, go rockin' one of Vendrick's armors. Oh, this is sick, though. Yeah, this is a cool armor. I like the cape on it, too. The, like, fur, like, around the, like, collar is what makes it, I think. You look like a Viking lord. It's not the robes of the old Red Rouge, though. Can't say exactly, though, that it's the robe of the old Red Rouge. Some people are probably complaining that he's still in his Fishman Island outfit. But not me, dog. This is what he looks like to me in my memory. This is how I'll remember him looking. So with this kind of... It's like a pretty cool armor set still, though, I think. What is it? The Falconer armor? I think it looks pretty cool. It like looks good with the red hair. I think he might have the most cohesive look of any of the characters we've played so far. Personally, it's simple, but it's raw. This is not where I want it to be. This works enough, though. This is how I'll always remember Luffy. I don't think that Oda thinks that, honestly. It's that picture of Luffy looking like he's about to tell the teacher that he shit his pants that's on the One Piece wiki. Ugly ass looking, goofy ass, wide-eyed anime Luffy. Yoo-hoo! Knock knock! Who are you? Did she go down there? I wonder if her like chamber is open now or something. She's not there. Can we find her in here? If I was playing without a Sis Nav, this is what I would do. I would look around in the castle for something that's changed. But fortunately, I do have a Sis Nav to help me on the stream. Is there a hidden wall or something here? Yeah, that's right. There was something under the castle. Which I feel like we almost maybe saw... I can take this... Can I take this down, or does this only go up? I don't know. It was such a long time ago is the problem. Was this before I went to Japan that we were here in the castle? I feel like the stream I came back, we finished that area, didn't we? Alright, so the first castle room, I remember we were cracking up on this stream also. Not the one where we, like, forged through the castle, but the one where we got out here. What were we talking about? I remember people were posting really funny shit in my chat. Maybe it was this door. I don't think we were able to go through here before. Actually, I'm positive we weren't able to go in here. What was it that we were laughing, we were like cutting up so hard about? Oh, I think it was, we were doing Vati video bits. And I think Idiotness wrote a poem or something. Or was that like a limerick? Was like there once was a man from Gerouge or something like that? That was a funny stream. That was one of the best Dark Souls 2s. That was like when we were outside the castle. We had not really come in yet. And then we were talking about it's not this? We were talking about Kangaroo Jack, I remember also. We were talking about bad movies that we liked. King's Ring, is it in here? Well, okay, but I won't be happy about it. Did we read this also? What? There's so many fucking, like, key items at the back part of this game. Soul is much like a curse, and those with strong souls must bear within them an even stronger curse, Will. Is that the same? I guess that's the same ring we were using on the other doors. I just forgot that that's how we opened them, because they're, like, all already opened. That's right. That's right. We could have come back here back when we opened the giant door and the Vendrick door and all that stuff. Turn around. Turn around.
My journey is already complete.
Oh, she with hood down,
My
she.
name is Shannon. The dragon gave me this name, for I was born with none.
Oh.
I was born of dragons, contrived by men,
Contrived by men.
by ones who would cozen fate herself. They are the ones who created me. But they failed.
She would too as a
I did
creation.
not come out as intended.
You came out perfect.
Fate would not be bested. And men were cursed once
It's
again.
okay, channel it. You came out perfect, and what a
If you
beautiful name
proceed,
also, if I may say.
Chandra will come after you.
Yeah, well, I've thought she was the villain for like 2
knowing
months,
that
so
you
I'm
will
ready.
Take the throne and link the fire. She covets the first flame and the great soul.
Yep.
Put Nishandra to rest.
Saw this coming. I love her. If you had told me I would come into the game, no! It's fine. She's okay. We've already done that once before. Here, channel it. If you had told me I would come into the game, we knew she could take it. We knew she could tank it. If you had told me she would come into the game, that there's a character I would be like, the Firelink Shrine Firekeeper. Who? I would have told you were crazy. And yet, she is she. And yet, she is she. Here, you rest up with that. I love you. We didn't lock ourselves out of dialogue there. She was already giving us the dots. She said enough. She raw. She also may be like a spirit across time. Or something we learned. Her soul may have been split, embodied across time. Yo, Throne of Want. And look, these rocks are sort of kingly on the way down. It's kind of like DK Bonanza, where even the geography looks like the theming is. Did Advanti Vidya ever point that out? Probably not. Probably not. This, if there's a final end of the main story boss, this looks like it, baby. Wait, so Emerald She was saying even she was created? What happened with her? She's not failed. I love her. Was she failed because she's linked to the flame? I'm a little confused, sort of, like, about her, like, which I feel sort of bad about, but it feels like, I don't know, she's so vague with the kind of things that she says that I want to know the story of her, but it seems like there's a lot to it. All right, Bradley, the old guard. I'm not summoning Bradley. Head of Vengarl. That's Ra. I remember this guy. He was the head. Remember? This is what he looked like when he was alive. He was a raw guy that had a huge cutlass, and he marked the date on his shield. Hell yeah. And finally, Benhart of Jugo. Oh, this is this guy. We also never went back to this guy. This is the guy who we met. He's like one of the first characters we met in the game. He has possibly the fake Moonlight Greatsword. He has what I thought was the Moonlight Greatsword, but I think at one point we found out that it like maybe was not actually it. Yeah, I haven't engaged with him at all. I don't know what he does. We haven't been back there in so long. Who is this guy then? Bradley of the Old Guard. Was this that guy Sis liked? Is he not real? Who is he? If I was gonna summon one of them, you can bet it was this guy. He's sick. Some jobber. All right. Who else is there? Are there other guys you could get here if you like? This one makes sense because we did do the quest for Head of Vengarl. He wanted us to slay his body or whatever, and we did do that. I remember doing that one. Okay, so he's just also here. Does Benhart not appear here sometimes? All right, you guys ready? Should we do it? Maybe this isn't even the end, but maybe it is. Yeah, I don't remember who was even able to join for the Gwyn boss. Was there? Who would it? Everybody dies in that game is the thing. All your homies die. Solaire dies. I guess he doesn't have to die. You could save him, right? Yo, top 10 book list? That's sick. I want to make my game list, too. I gotta remember what I played, though. Like, Solaire probably is gonna die. Sigmire dies. All the homies die. All my homies dying in that shit. The fair lady dies. Why would she ever be in the fight? I don't know, but all of the other like champion undeads who are vying for the flame, who like make it far, all die. Kind of. We're doing it. Throne. Oh no, we got a gauntlet or something here. There's no way this is the end. We got all right. We got a game here. We may not finish this tonight. This is a twofer boss. This is cool. Also, these guys have cool designs. Look, she's got like a face shield. You think these are nerds? I think they look cool. Is she or she? Oh, she's weak. Whatever she is. Are you she? Can you imagine walking up to a woman in public and saying that? Oh, whoops. Woo! Oh, don't roll off, Gerouge. Hey, are you she? Just asking. That's like some shit Eric Andre would ask a woman if he was less funny. Fortunately, I think we can just kind of like out DPS these guys. The Throne Defender, I would imagine, probably has more defense. He's the defender. She's trying to pull like a last second Ornstein mode, which is not resonating with me. But if I can take her out, I'm sure we'll be doing better. Woo! Are you healing? No. What are you? Are you down? Oh. Maybe she'll come back up. All right, I want to be fast here. We need to be brusque. Brusque with it. Gerouge, you're always being gaunt. I need you to be brusque right now. She's no longer zappy anymore. This feels like it would be like a one of those kind of like you know what I mean, like a finish it fast or else they'll get back up kind of fight. Yeah, not happening, man. He laid down the holy sigil. I don't think so, buddy. Not tonight. I got a ship to sink. Yo, are these the golems? These are the golems. Oh shit. Nito? What is this? Says! This is Nito-esque. Still sharp. This is raw also. Is this the final boss? A skull scytheman? I need to know what this guy's name is. Oh, this is Nishandra? Holy fuck. What is this? What the fuck? Is this her true form? Oh, this is gonna... I think if I stand too close to those, I'll get cursed, which seems aggravating. This is what she was all along, huh? A skull fuckman. I guess she is sort of like... I guess now that I see it, this looks like kind of like a dress. I get it now. I was like, what? This was the queen? I see it now, though. This is cool. It's a cool design. Oh, Gerouge. Alright, well, that's gonna be the thing of this fight then. So when you're cursed, what? You take more damage from each hit? We're doing good damage to her, though. I think I can do it. Just gonna stay cursed and stay dodging. We want to be gone, exactly. It's gonna hurt me. We got a theme here too. Oh, curse just makes you gone. Oh, I guess it's different than DS1. I don't remember if we had been cursed or not. I think we were once, and it like didn't end up mattering that much. Do people like this song, Sis? Because I gotta be real, if this is, and listen, you guys are gonna be so impressed that I know this Dark Souls meme. If this is the final boss theme of this game, it doesn't have, how it sounds right now, it does not have the immediate appeal of pling, pling, plong. You guys know that? Pling, pling, plong. It's no pling, pling, plong. Health. It's okay. We got this wrapped up. Maybe the last boss. The soul of Nishandra.
Many monarchs have come and gone. One drowned in poison.
This is the DLC. This has got to be the DLC.
Still another slumbers in the realm of ice.
Go here in the post game. Gaunter than I've ever been. The one time he ever let his hair fall.
Conqueror of adversities. Give us your answer.
We're not doing it this time. Should we? There he is, right on cue. I don't want to kindle the flame, but to link the flame on this one. We're not done. Do I have an opportunity even to become human? I mean, Nishandra looked cool, but that didn't feel like the boss. All right, well that's fine. I don't want my hair to look like shit anyway. We should have feathered out, and I should have leveled up. Aldia is the scholar of the first sin. Hell yeah. I mean, I think that makes sense. We knew he was a scholar, I guess. Oh, shit. The frequency snack screams always hit on my PC speakers. Headphones! I'm telling you, it makes it better. You'd think it would make it worse, but it doesn't. I hope that my screams hit Will's speakers like how like on old CRTs when like flashing lights would happen, it would make that sound. I hope that happens to Will's speakers. Alright, we gotta read some shit about this. Throne Defender. The throne of the king is sacred and requires an appropriate guardian. Must be observed closely at all times. So they were watching... The throne, I would imagine, is maybe gotta be, like, behind that big door. Nashandra, the queen of Drangleek. The fragments of the abyss of untold origin nourished their beings by the sides of the would-be monarchs. Interesting. Perhaps they were simply ordeals on the road to kinghood. Do the original ending or the one the version added? Well, if Aldia is the scholar of the first sin, though, was he not in the original game at all, or is he? Well, I want to read this too because I want to craft my... I want to see if I can piece it together. So, like, clearly Aldia wants you to bring forth the Age of Dark, and if they were going to give me a choice, that's kind of what I wanted to do, because in Dark Souls 1, we kindled the flame. So I thought that would be more fun to do this time. Like, if linking the fire or letting the fire go out, or whatever it's called, if that's the choice again, then I think I would rather do the darkness ending choice. Which seems like you'd have to ally with Aldia, but maybe you have to beat him just to, like, prove yourself or something. I guess, weren't we saying that they're, like, some of the DLC areas are, like, the areas he appears? I guess that would make sense. This game is, like, really different than Dark Souls 2 then, right? Like, the whole plot was changed. The whole extra story added into this shit. That's crazy. They must have really thought, like, it needed to be fixed. I mean, I guess, like, the main sweep, like, the main way the story went. Because Aldia's Keep must have been in the game, right? They wouldn't have added, like, that whole area and the whole dragon area and all that stuff. So you would have still known about that character and that stuff. You just wouldn't have known, like, met him directly like this. But then the yeah, Gerouge, we'll fix him. Don't worry, we'll fix him. But then the DLCs added extra stuff, right? So now, like, is the added story in this tying into, like, gonna also tie into that? Or did they, like, start kind of working towards that with the DLCs, and then they came out with this new, like, updated version? Alright, let me read about this. Fragments of the abyss of untold origin nourished their beings by the sides of would-be monarchs. So was this, like, whatever fucking abyss hole that Nashandra crawled out of, she, like, took the form of the queen, and she, like, sapped the life off of Vendrick at his side. The flame, and her goal was to extinguish the flame. That makes sense. Feels pretty straightforward. I didn't expect her to be a giant scythe-wielding skull demoness, but I guess what else was she gonna be? All right, let's get... we're going for it, baby. Let's get alive. I want to be gaunt, but not this gaunt. Let's get alive. Let's take a seat. Let's pop a squat. Pop a squatch. And then let's go for it. How do I get back down there? This way. This is cool, though. I do think that, like, I see the, like, the cool aspects of the story for this one. I think off the bat, just because I think Dark Souls' story was, like, a little bit easier for me to, like, keep track of it all. I think I, like, preferred that one, but I'll need to, like, take my time and, like, really dive into, like, all the shit that I probably missed Sis say, or that it was just kind of vague to me at the time. To, like, really figure it out. Just because, like, Sis can be, like, snack theming, and I'm like, all right. But you learn about, like, I feel like you pick that stuff up after you've poured over like all the lore and stuff for the games and stuff like that. I feel like on one's first playthrough, you just try your best to comprehend what's going on, and when you see a cool boss design, you say raw. And that's the natural way, Lois. Whoops. I was looking at the chat and I was driving off the driving off the road. Watch the Vatis, watch the entire story of blank explained videos. Guys, can you believe it? Aldia was the scholar of the first sin, and he was that weird root thing. We learned a lot tonight. This is a packed night. How many positive bosses are we? Like, we're up like 6 boss. We're +6 on boss right now. Give me that shit. I want to beat him as I am, though. He's so, like, slow. Like, he's just, like, he's such a big chunk that I don't think I'll have a problem getting my shit back when I come into the arena. Oh, here we got a much more kind of cinematic song. That I was going to say, I don't think I'll have a problem, like, running in and getting it. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of seeing the head. I wasn't really getting a good picture of him, like, the times we'd talked to him. I thought he was just kind of a big lump. But I see it now. The shoulder is, like, he's got like a... He's hanging one off the... Got a little shoulder showing, a little shoulder peak. He's wearing, like a bit of a scoop neck. So you'd imagine he would be like a giant root man under there. He's just too big, maybe. Or part of him is stuck in the flame dimension. Will we learn more about like what happened to this guy in the DLC? Oh, that's good damage. Because all I know is, like, right now is that he was opposed to Vendrick. They kind of sought the same goal, but in different ways. And then he created some fucked up keep where they did a bunch of experiments. You waited for me to chug, haha, though it didn't work. And then at some point he turned into a giant fiery root thing. But we don't know we don't know how that happened. Maybe it's because he committed the first sin, but... Ooh, I didn't mean to do that one. It seems like when the flame goes up, then his defense gets more boosted. Yeah, he's turned into a Lunarian. Yeah, his tendrils are quite something. His tendrils truly are quite something. Oh my goodness. Just want to stay healed up. He's gonna move now, right? Oh, not in time though. Yes, the fire definitely is giving him defense. This looks like a big burst, maybe. I think that maybe that's just like a get off me. Oh no, that's gonna stay up. Okay, that will probably come up again, maybe. So let's back off. Yeah, I've got this figured out now. This is that shit Kurt Zisa be doing. This is that shit the Zeus loves to do. I'm rolling in this time. Whoa, okay, Gerouge. 3 chugs left. I think I'm just gonna do it again though. Oh, perfect. Oh no, not Sin Pulse. Gerouge. This is like such a perfect time for me to be able to be like getting damage on him also. I'm just trying to respect. There we go. Good shit. You guys, if we're talking about Souls game final boss themes, there is so few final boss themes that are better than that Bloodborne final boss. That is one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in any video game. we're doing it. Uh-oh. Gerouge! Gerouge! If you die, Scotch blast the fireball. Oh, that was stupid. If we had gotten... That was hubris. If we had gotten one extra hit in there while he was, like, unfired, we would have had that easy. This is an easy boss, though. We shouldn't have died there. I gave that one away for greed. I'll definitely do it this time. The other thing I like about the final boss of Bloodborne is that he goes, Sayers! That's something that he does do also. I need someone to, like, new to have beaten that game. And, like, see that fight and hear what the voice line that boss actually says and hear how much of the hunter it is when we go, Sayers! I feel like we talk about this all the time also. It really doesn't sound like he's saying Sayas. But he is, though. Fuck you. Alright, we needed to be Gaunt anyway, so I needed to lose once. Say it with me, guys. What is Gerouge if not Gaunt? Drag Biba into Bloodborne 2026 and make sure he finishes the fucking game. He's not here, so I can choke his ass. Make sure he finishes the damn game. If I'm not Gaunt, I'm not great. Exactly. Let's do it, baby. Gaunt boys forever. If you're with me, you're Gaunt. If you're against me, you're not. Either you're Gaunt or you're not. I'm also a little bummed because in real life I'm absolutely not Gaunt. I used to be Gaunt. I'm not Gaunt though. I'm getting jollier by the day, if anything. Okay, so the pulse, I couldn't remember if that was something that he did every time or just some other time. It seems like it's every time he appears. Now that I know about that, like, damage op, though, I, like, want to get it every time. You can get little baby swings in on him, though, without touching the fire. Still good damage. Not the big damage, though. Nice, Gerouge. Should I pop a heal? I got plenty. 'Tis the season. Warm your hands on the crackling fire of Aldia, Scholar of the First Sin this season. With new Snack Attack 8 brand Gerouge products. We got Gerouge ugly sweaters. We got, I don't know, we got a whole line coming out, so get your pre-orders in. Put the Gerouge log up on the TV. You know what they say. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Defeat the source of all men's folly. This season with Gerouge Arisan merchandise. You too can get a gaunt-ass, disgusting, red-haired freak who's named after one of the memorable members of the band The Beatles. You too this season can celebrate with Gerouge and the whole family. Would you get a Gerouge Chia Pet? I would literally buy that faster than anything else that I've ever bought in my life. I'm crushing it this time. I'm killing it. You guys, in 100-line news, Isaac apparently does not know where they are in the game, making it impossible for me to talk with them about the game. They don't know where they are, and I guess they won't look it up. Yes! And it doesn't matter because Gerouge!
I watch everything and remain here patiently. The throne will certainly receive you. But the question remains.
Here we go.
Would you tell me? Light, dark, or something else entirely?
Something else entirely? Dog. Watch the normal ending first? Are we pulling it up? Fuck it, I'll come up there with you. You want to watch it now? We're here. We're Rouge. We're here. We're gaunt. Get used to it. I hope this won't fuck up my computer. Gotta mute this while I play an ad. It's an ad for Adidas. I don't know why my ad blocker's not on. Am I not signed in to Firefox? Where's my ad blocker, man? Okay. Let's, I don't want to full screen it because then I won't be able to see the chat. But we can watch it in the window. I don't care if you guys see my recommended videos. I guess we could just do like a window capture of the... Did you see the manga list? Isaac, I've been doing this for 3 hours. No, I didn't see it. Alright, let's just zoop. Pop the chat out over this. Yes, I listen to ASMR videos while I sleep. No, it's not a fetish thing. Alright. Okay, but I don't want this on the screen. Get out of here, Gerouge. Yeah, I could. It's worth my time. Isaac, I'm doing a show here. People don't. Kids these days don't understand. Can you guys hear it? Yes, right? It looks like yes. Oh, rah. I mean, this could maybe be every
who
ending.
link the fire. You
This is
who
loud.
bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this.
This is a nice song. Look, they're wearing the Riz armor too. The throne.
Great sovereign, take your throne.
And says I like her. Say it. Alright, so that seems to be like the continue the cycle.
What lies ahead,
Right.
only you can see.
Or I guess you do this either way probably, right? The power of the king is the power of dominion to choose. Maybe it's left open, maybe it's ambiguous. Alright, is that the one we wanted to watch? Alright, I'll look at Isaac's manga list. Just because it did sound funny. Alright, here's Isaac's... Oh! Ooh! All right, here's Isaac's manga list. Naruto, number 1. Respectable, fine. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist, fine. Number 3, Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. Wretched? Especially because I know, like, that means Isaac had to catch up on that shit. Isaac read all of Boruto this year, but refuses to engage with things that are good. Number 4, Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium World, fine. And then 5, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I did not know this was on the Jump app. I didn't know there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX manga on there. I know Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is an anime original, as far as I understand, so I guess the manga is based on that. But adding Naruto and, like, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, sure. Good list, Isaac. That sucks. Boruto, dog shit. All right. That's the only ending. So I guess they wanted it to be left open-ended on, like, you know, did Gerouge choose to link the flame, or did he choose to cast the world to darkness? The door closed, I guess. It seems like the throne was, like, the throne kind of imbued him with the power to choose is really all that it was, right? So I think that's interesting, I guess. I mean, like, the ending of Dark Souls 1, it, like, when you link the flame, all you do is, like, the flame, you know, overtakes you and the game ends. Like, it's not like there's much to that, really. But I guess with this kind of continuing the story, and I think this game definitely much more sort of incentivizing you to want to see what happens if you, like, you know, bring forth the Age of Man or whatever it's called. I feel like I can understand why people would maybe want to see more about what happened in the ending. Alright, so that looks like that this would then be the way to do that. So how do we do the new ending? Walk out here? Walk back? Leave the throne? Gerouge, whatever happens, buddy, just know I also think you deserve the throne. Gerouge, whatever happens, buddy, you deserve the throne. You're beautiful, you're gaunt, I love you, your name is Gerouge, and there was also no Dondadon this week, Sis. Let's get our ending.
There's no path.
Yo, he's transcending beyond. He's choosing a different way. This is like that shit in like a visual novel or something where it's like, I chose to do nothing and then it ended. Except if it was raw, though. Insatiability. Gerouge the Insatiable. That was shorter. I don't think that was much. I don't think that was much different, but you know, it had aura to it, I guess. You guys, we did it. Right at 3. Didn't I say I only wanted to go a half an hour over? Also, right at 3 a.m. we beat it. Exactly a half an hour later than we normally end. Thank you, guys. Oh, I want to see the voice cast because I want to see Nysa Fiora. The number of times I nearly died. Yeah, young. Is it Shanalit? Like Charlotte, but Shanalit? I love her. I want to listen to the music too.
see Bragg piano. I do want to give some thoughts on the game, but I don't want to talk over this. I want to hear how the song sounds. And I want to see she when she pops up. This is just like Claire Obscure. Isaac, the game was made by Japanese people though, not French people. David Gant? Holy fuck. Damon Gant? Motoi Sakuraba, the humble goat? Can write great music. Sometimes doesn't. There's Miyazaki, supervisor. I know he wasn't the game director on this one, but I guess he was still the supervisor. Some people would had you believe that they developed this game in a basement while Miyazaki was making Bloodborne, but I can't imagine that's true. They had the interns make this one in the basement. Oh, she's singer. I wonder if this is like the song of those songstress girls in the shrine. I saw there were some voice credits there, but it didn't look like it had the whole cast. Maybe those were just the new characters added, because they had Aldia in there, so that would make sense. Maybe that was just Scholar of the First Sin voices. Why did my game just save? Good job, Gerouge. Uh-oh, there's some French people. Isaac, don't look. Look away, Isaac. Oh, they got the whole world on this one. These credits are probably also going to be super fucking long. Alright, I'll look at the chat. One of the thesis statements of DS2 is that your choice at the end of the first game didn't matter. If you linked, it would fade eventually. If you didn't, someone else would come along and do it. That makes sense. I'll have to see how that shakes out in the DLC. But I guess, like, what is different? Like, how is walking away from the cycle different than choosing not to link the flame? Is it not the same thing? Except that there's no one to bear the... maybe, like, you have... maybe, like, it's like they expect you to defeat the guy and then sit on the throne. But if you choose not to sit on the throne, then no one else can take the throne. I got my peepers popped. Oh, you think we missed it, sis? No, I think this looks like we're back into the From staff. Maybe this is just the original game stuff now. I remember seeing that guy's name already. Takaaki Yamagishi and Yuka Kitamura. These are the same damn credits we already watched. I wonder, was it saying Miyazaki was only the producer on this version? Medieval weapons consultant. Can you imagine how much of an awesome job that would be? To be the medieval weapons consultant for like a video game. That would be so fucking cool. Can I be that? Is there time? Is there time for me to become that? I'm sure he at least visited the basement. But also, like, this came out after... Did this come out after Dark Souls 3? Because maybe he would have had more time to do it then. To work, you know, be more involved in the game direction on that. Here we go. Oh yeah, there she is. Channelote Child. I'm looking for my girl, though. Rosabeth Melfia, there she is. Point. Karina Reeves, my goat. Karina Reeves, we kneel. Karina, we love you. And I think that guy who plays Gramps from Xenoblade 2 was in this one also, right? He's in Dark Souls 1. I think we heard him in this, didn't we? Isaac, Sis didn't stream, so Isaac had to play League. That's fucked. That's fucked up. I also didn't know what to do with myself that night. I think I just went to bed. No, look, there we go, Supervisor. He visited the basement after all. Good on you, Miyazaki. Good on you, Zaki. Hey, I liked this game. I guess we could... Well, hold on. This seems like it's the end. We'll talk about it after. We'll go I'll go give my thoughts on the game with Rosabeth. There was no Dandan on this week, so we don't have to talk about that. Yeah, this was a nice song. When did Dark Souls 2 came out, or Dark Souls 3 was after this then, right? Wasn't that like 2017? This came out in 2015? That's when Bloodborne came out. Is it? Hello, She. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit you again. I was trying to pull out my binoculars.
Bearer of the curse, I will always be at your side.
Oh, but that was for original Dark Souls 2,
Until
right?
hope
When did
is
Skull...
fully
Wait.
withered.
Hold on. Dark Souls 1 came out in 2011? Winter Dark Souls. That was 2011. 2012? 2011. So it took them 4 years to make Dark Souls 2? That's crazy. But also, I like, compared to how long it takes to make games this year, good job, guys. So then Dark Souls 2 and... Yeah, I mean, I know, like, the gen, like, the era that it came out. I just, like, when I think about 2015, I don't think about that still being the 360 era, but it was, because the series, I mean, the Xbox One came out did it come out that year? Or did it come out the next year? It might have come out that year. So they would have still been making, 7th gen games at that point. But when did this, specifically the Scholar of the First Sin version, when did this come out? Was this after Dark Souls 3 or was it still before Dark Souls 3? Because I feel like DS3 was like late in, wasn't it? Like 2017 or something? I'm looking it up. Dark Souls 2016. Okay. When did Scholar of the First Sin come out? 17 maybe? No. Wait. That's... No. Okay, hold on. Or did it come out, like, right after? DS2 came out in 2014, the original game. And Scholar came out, yeah, the next year. Okay. I mean, I didn't know they were that close together. I didn't know it was like that quick of a turnaround. But this is like, obviously then they wanted to get the game ready for the next gen platforms, which makes sense. There were other games that did that around the same time. Not ones that I feel like are so drastically different, but I'm not that surprised by that. I just didn't know that was how it was. All right, I'm putting one. I'm kissing my fingers, putting my hand to the sky, and putting one more on strength. And we'll put some of the rest of the shit all around here. It don't matter that much. Okay, I guess I can only do one more. Poof. Wait, I should still have one more. I thought I was saying I didn't. You know what, she? I'll do you one even better.
Bearer until
I like endurance. I want my stamina to be higher. It seems like the stamina fall off is like. It seems like it's already fallen off. I don't know how I'm supposed to get more stamina than this. It's like 1 point in it every single time, and the bar is not the bar is like not there. I guess it does add up, but hey, I know like I invited you here and everything, but I just want you to know you were never she. Sorry, but I just had to say it. It's just true. Look at her glowing in the radiant light. They packed all the DLC, reworked items and enemy placements, turned up the visuals, and released that for PS4. But like, to be such a like, DS2 came out in 2014. This came out in 15. They must have been fucking shooting those DLCs out then. Were they all done by the time the game released? Did they come out like once every couple months? Like what? Every other month or something? Did they release all at the same time? That's a fast turnaround for like a deluxe or like a remastered version. Interesting. Well, guys, I mean, we're definitely not done. Again, I think we have 3 DLCs to do. It seems like there's one for each of those old kings that they mentioned in that like that part of the last gauntlet. There's one that I know they said was like an ice king of ice or something. I think that's Horsefuck Valley. I think that may be the last one because it's the one they said last. But now that we're through the game and we're like, now that the little that I know about that game, I think that's the one that has Horsefuck Valley in it, which is the only thing I came into this game really knowing about. Was that there was an area called that? And I think it is like an ice area or like a misty area or something. Well, we'll have to see. Sis, do you think you have an idea on how long it will take to beat each one? Are they all roughly the same length? I'm sure they have some pretty tough bosses in them. Or just like are generally tougher. I mean, the Dark Souls 1 DLC has the Abyss, or like whatever it's called, Abyss DLC or whatever. Has all the like hardest fights in the game in it. So I would not imagine this would be too different. It seems like that's sort of the trend. Game came out in March. They announced the DLC in June and released them July, August, September. Games are not like that anymore. I know like there are some questionable design sensibilities to this video game, but that is an era we can never go back to, unfortunately. Sad day. Especially if they're like real DLCs. which I imagine they are. 2 or 3? Okay, that's about what I figured. So it'll probably take another couple months. If you factor in us getting really stuck on something and maybe an extra stream here and there for one of them, that's about how I expected it would be. All right. Do we want to do thoughts? I'll give thoughts on just the general game of Dark Souls 2. And I don't have too many thoughts because we played this game very similarly to Dark Souls 1, and I feel roughly the same on it in that I really liked it. I know, like, that maybe that sounds crazy to the hardcore Dark Soul heads, and it may also be the fact that we finished Dark Souls 1 in like 2022 or 21 or something crazy. We played that game a long time ago. But like, maybe there were some areas that were a little bit more, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess like you can't really say because I didn't play the original version of the game. I played this one. But I think maybe as a whole, I thought the areas were better. Dark Souls 1 has a bunch of unfinished shit in it, which was funny at the time. But this doesn't really seem to have that. It has some kind of, like, it has a couple throwaway areas or levels, but I don't think there's many games that don't have some throwaway levels, especially because Dark Souls 2 has like 4 billion areas in it. Some of them are frustrating, some of them are cool, some of them look cool. I think in general I liked the obviously the remaster buff helps, but I think visually I enjoyed this more than Dark Souls 1. I think I'm just comparing it because it's like an easy point of comparison to make for what I thought about this. But I think the bosses are worse comparatively. They're not like that much worse. I'm not saying like all of the DS1 bosses are great, but I feel like they sort of had a little more chutzpah to them. I think like DS1, I feel like kind of had like even playing it for the first time, not going in with anything else. It felt like a lot of it felt kind of like legendary to me, and I think like the overall flow of like the world in that game, and I think like just kind of the gravity of the bosses is better than this one. But I think like area to area, I may have liked this more, and I like how it looks better. Majula is so nice and wonderful. I thought the NPCs were good in this. I'm sure there are some that we didn't really like. I'm sure there are some NPCs that we didn't get the full story on, but there are a number of them that I definitely will remember from the series going forward. Like Cozy She, whose name is Rosabeth. I know what her actual name is. Cozy She, Emerald She. I like Wheel and Deal, Gavlin Wheel and Deal, Lucatiel, Vendrick. That whole storyline was cool. I liked that. I'm excited to see kind of how they will kind of follow it up. So, I mean, like, it's hard to do a sequel. I feel like a lot of the time, like, some sequels are just, like, the definitive version of a game. But for a series like this, where it's, like, you know, it does connect to the story of Game 1, but it clearly wants to do its own thing, which I think is, for a game like this, is how I would prefer it be. Like, I think it would be stupid if, it wouldn't make sense to, like, do, like, the same exact world again. You have to do a whole new world. But I think something like that, especially when, like, the first game kind of has that magic to it, I think that's hard to do. And I think I overall, in the end of the day, appreciated what this, like, that this was different, whether or not, like, some of the things I liked more, some of the things I liked less. And, I don't know, the gameplay is kind of the same. Snag doesn't know how to parry. We never parry. We never get back attacks. We have the way that we play, and it works well enough for me. And there were some cool bosses. I know, like, I've heard the complaint from a lot of people that there are just a lot of knights. But, I don't know, knights are fun to fight. So then the knights were cool. I thought their designs were pretty varied. I can't wait. We gotta do. I can't believe we didn't do a boss tier list on a tier list night stream for Dark Souls 1 ever. I feel like it's a little too far out, but maybe we should do that still. But I would love to tier the ones from this game because there's just so like there's like 40 bosses in this. Like the boss count I feel like has got to be double DS1. There are a ton of bosses in this game, and there will be more easily. But I think that's fun too. Like I like that. I like every area being like a mystery box where you don't know what's gonna happen, even if it ends up you wind up fighting like a big knight guy a lot of the time. So I liked Dark Souls 2. I'd play it again, I think. I'd probably run. Other things that are cool about it. I like that you like those 4 big paths you can do non-linear. They definitely feel more like, for lack of a better example, like a Mega Man stage select type thing than again like the kind of Metroidvania-y world that Dark Souls 1 has. And I would say, like, you know, it probably, like, you know, I would say maybe there is less an element of complex design there, because it is really just, like, 4 routes you go down. There are a couple things that, like, you know, like, you can take the ship from that one area to the, you know, the fortress thing, or you can go there from the Forest of Giants. Like, there's a couple little things like that, but for the most part, it's just, like, these are the paths you go down. Pick whichever one you want. But I think for a replay, that would make for a really fun replay. Because in Dark Souls 2, or in Dark Souls 1, I know you can do some stuff in different orders. But the whole first part of the main quest is mostly set out for you the same way the whole time. But I think replaying this, you could do them. You could do each of the 4 areas in a different order, and that could be fun. Especially when you know what's going to be in them. And you're, like, more prepared for it. So I like that. Again, I don't like that overall world layout. I don't think like was as fascinating to me, but I think, but again, there is some trade-off there because I think this game has a lot of cool areas, and I liked exploring them still, even if they didn't all weave in together. And the music was good. I think like the music of these games so far has a very clear aesthetic, and while I don't think it has like the most memorable melodies, each game definitely has a couple cool tracks that I will remember, and they've served the overall aesthetic of the game well, I think. And I like She. Those are my final thoughts. I'm excited for the DLCs. I hope they get nutty. I hope they get zany with stuff. Hey Kingo, thanks for coming out. We're ending off right now with our bay.
How have you been?
I beat the game today. I walked away from the task. It's okay though. It's not that big of a deal.
I tracked down my teacher,
Oh, I'm happy.
but I've decided to keep at it.
That's
alone.
what I decided.
I need to see what I can achieve by myself.
That we're seeing. We think the same way. That's exactly what I was saying when I was down in the chamber of the king. So true. What can we achieve on our own, Rosabeth? Do you want to come into the DLC with me and maybe like turn into a robot or something?
Master Carillion and I are from Malphia to the south, a land lush with sorcery and pyromancy.
Oh, it was so lush.
Master Carillion
Oh,
polished his art at one of our renowned magic academies.
Glocken incoming.
But he argued
Where are my
that the academy
Glockers
was
at?
terrible
Glocken
places to
boys,
learn
sit up.
magic.
This one's for you.
This quite angered Master Glocken, my previous teacher.
Are my Glockers still way up there? Snack a Glocken.
Once Master Carillion spoke excitedly of this land.
I don't like this one.
He made talk of the remnants of some great power and the deep abyss that surrounds it.
Yeah, no, that shit's not happening anymore.
I tried to ask more,
No.
but he didn't seem to hear. I'll never be good enough, will I?
I'm so sad, and there's only one thing that can cheer me up.
It was a perilous trek across the mountains.
There's only one thing that'll cheer me up.
I faced the most frightful thing.
No, this isn't helping.
The number of times
times I nearly died.
Oh, it helped. Thank you, she. Thank you. And thank you, Emerald Herald. I can't wait to watch the lore video about you. And I'm sorry, I big overhead swung at you twice, but I didn't mean it, baby. I didn't mean it, baby. All right, well, it's late. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm like full of energy right now. I should go to bed though. And I will see you for the start of the DLC next week on Gerouge. Tune in for the final stream of Donkey Kong Bonanza on Sunday. We will also, like I said, reveal the next stream game at the end of the stream. Well, maybe, yeah, it seems like we do have some stuff left to do in this. So we'll probably finish that, and maybe we'll start the DLC towards the end of next week. But yeah, we'll see. Look at how, like, if you want to talk to me about why Dark Souls 2 is bad, just talk to somebody else, because are we looking at this shot? The shot composition here, Gerouge, Gaunt, Central, Emerald Herald, always by my side. Fiora in the back, the object of my desire that is always within my reach in the sunlight, she. And then way, way up at the top, way up there by the spire, Brodreed and Blue Box. Guys, what a beautiful game. Thank you for watching. The tiniest brunch. Blue Box, manga #1 of the year. So says Zebra and Will. Hell yeah. Thanks for watching. Get some sleep. Have a good weekend. I'll see you later. Bye. Say bye, Gerouge.